And we're live.
And
Hello, comics
live.
and pop culture people. I'm here with my friend Obito Comics, the young gun.
What's up?
That's right. I love that intro. That's awesome, man.
Dude, I made that up on the fly. Like when I think it was my second or third video, I was just like, what am I gonna do for the intro? And I just clapped my hands, and that was just it.
That's great. That's your like
Yeah,
signature thing now. So
yeah, people love it.
right on. Well, it's 4th of July today, and neither one of us have anything going on. So
Oh yeah,
I've got to be
happy
up
Fourth,
early,
everyone
early in
watching.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be up early, early in the morning to go to work, so I'm not even going to be able to stay awake to see the fireworks. So,
Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe people in my area are already shooting fireworks.
yeah, I don't. When I was young, I loved fireworks, and like the older I got, the more I thought it was more like just throwing your money on the ground in a pile and lighting on a fire.
Uh, yeah, like when I was real young, I definitely was like super like, oh my god, look at the cool light show and everything. Nowadays, I'm like, a fire could start, so I stay away from the fireworks. You never know.
I had some traumatic incidents. My dad used to make his own homemade fireworks, and then I was the guy who got to light them off. So, uh, you know, uh,
What are those one fireworks where they like shoot out? What are called, like the Roman candles?
Roman candles. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So me and my uncle, me, him, and his friend would have like these Roman candles, and we'd have like a match, like a standoff. Like the
Roman
first to
candle
get
fight.
hit is like out. Yeah, and I'll tell you, they
Great.
hurt. They really
Flaming
hurt.
balls of fire flying at you.
Yeah, they weren't that bad, but they definitely hurt.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, my dad, you don't know, you know, chewing tobacco, the real round cans, he would fill that with black powder and put cannon fuse sticking out of it and then wrap it up with duct tape. And then I remember lighting one and turning around to run. And the next thing I know, I was on my back like 10 feet away and there was a smoking crater in the ground.
Wow,
It blew me head
I
over
would have been
heels
so scared. Yeah.
for sure. Well, it looks like we got 4 people in the chat. So, hey guys, whoever it is, sound off, say hey. We'd love to hear from you and how your 4th of July is going.
Yeah,
So,
for sure, for sure.
and if
I,
Line Comics, if you're watching, I was going to do the Fabio thing, but it's just my hair wasn't cooperating. So,
yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
so did you get you had a deal where you posted, you had somebody had like, or you were having some issues with your paycheck, or somebody had hacked your account or something? Did you get that all straightened out?
Okay, so the story with that. So I got my paycheck at my job, and it was like a big month for me because it's my first job I ever had, and I was like, yeah, I got money now.
That's right. Yeah.
Um, so I went. I like don't have a credit card, and it's like a whole process to like get like a credit card. So what I
Right.
usually do is I have like one of those Cash App cards, and I'll have my money. My mom like just send some money to me. We couldn't do that this time around because she had to like drive to a bank. So what I did was like, okay, I'll just spend some of my money to get like a gift card, right? So I can get some stuff on eBay. Um, and when I got this gift card, it was an American Express gift card, and it just wouldn't work online, not at all.
Oh,
And
nice.
I tried everything. I tried Whatnot. I tried eBay. I tried Walmart. Nothing would work. And my first reaction, and then I made that post, was like, I got hacked. And I called
Right.
the American Express people. I'm like, hey, can you do anything for me? And they're like, no. So what ended up happening though was I found out that I could use it like in person because I went to go to a store and get a drink and it worked. So I could use it in person. I just couldn't use anything online. So what I
Huh.
did was I just bought another gift card with that gift card, and then
Oh,
that
okay.
one worked, thankfully.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, uh, I got like an eBay card this time around, and the max on there was like 200, and the card I originally bought I had 300 on there, so I kind of lost $100 when doing that. But it's fine. I just ended up buying me and my mom some breakfast and lunch and all that stuff. So yeah.
Well, it
So
sucks
it,
that you
it
lost the money,
eventually
but
got set up. We figured it out, but it was a lengthy process.
Right. Well, I'm glad you got it squared away. I noticed you
Yeah.
showing some comics off, so I assumed you must have got something squared away.
Yeah. I got some really really good deals. I got my first ever. Well, it hasn't came in yet, but it should be here. I think tomorrow or Friday. I got my first ever
Uh-huh.
signed CGC book.
Oh, nice.
I'm really excited. Yeah, really excited about that one. I got it was
Did you
a
get keep
Silver Age Green
it?
Lantern. Well, not the
Okay.
signed book. It's a different one.
Okay.
I also got a Silver Age Green Lantern. It was a very very high grade, and I got it for like 3 times less than the fair market value was for. I got a really good deal on that. And then I also just got another Silver Age. I got all slabs, and I got another Silver Age slab just because I like the cover. Yeah, so I got a couple slabs. I spent like pretty much $200 on everything, which is like a big deal to me because like that's my biggest comic purchase ever.
Right.
I know $200 to most people are like, yeah, you know, whatever. But to me,
No,
that's like a really, really
200
big
bucks is
deal.
a big deal to me too. I mean, that's a
Yeah.
fairly sizable book. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm happy with everything I got. So hopefully it's gonna be a good video when all that stuff comes in.
Yeah, right on. So, you're keeping that one a secret. You're going to unveil that on your channel.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw that you had a post where it was your face when you were like, "This is what I look like when I found out how much it costs to get books graded."
Yeah, that was what I was originally gonna do with my money. I was like, I'll just get the CGC subscription and I'll send in like some Gwen pools. I'll do like a 9.8 pre-screen. And I found out it's like $35 a book, and I'm like, I'll just buy some stuff online.
Yeah, that's when you start looking at some of the slabs out there and you're like, well, geez, what they're asking is just the cost of the slabbing,
Yeah.
The book is free basically.
I know.
So
I know.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
I
sure.
was crazy. And I'm pretty sure CBCS has this as of recently has like the same prices, I think, because I checked there
They're
and
pretty
they might have
close.
been
Yeah,
like a
pretty
little
close.
better or just around the same.
Yeah, I think they're a little bit better, but they're pretty close. Yeah,
Yeah. So as terms of grading, I think I'll wait a little bit on that.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So we got 5 people in the room, but they're all being silent. They're stalking us. Can you feel their eyes watching you?
Come on, y'all.
So you got some stuff to show off, or you want me to go first and show some stuff? We've got some other people going to show up here a little bit
Yeah,
later.
I got
So
some. I do got some stuff to show off. I think for simplicity's sake, I think how about we go one at a time? How's that sound?
yeah, sure.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and make you big. I'll click it on you here, and you will take up the screen. So you will be solo layout. There you
Okay,
are.
guys. Okay. So
All
I'm gonna
eyes
start off.
on you.
Yeah. I'm gonna start off with a bit of a hitter. I recently got this. It's Slab. I got this on Whatnot for a really really cheap price. Um, and I mean I've said before on my channel how I'm not like the biggest Batman guy, but I really
Right.
like Batman related characters. I like all the villains, and I really like Robin. My favorite Robin being Tim Drake. So naturally, I saw this. It's a 9.4 of a Batman 436, first appearance of Tim Drake. Yeah, that's probably my favorite slab I now own. So that's a big deal to me because I just really
Yeah,
like Tim Drake.
that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I got it for $25. So
So less
really
than
really
the
good
cost
deal.
of slabbing it.
Oh yeah. And with this, I have like kind of all the Jason Todd keys. I have now his first appearance. Not Jason Todd, I mean Tim Drake. I now have his first appearance, the first time he becomes Robin, and the first time he's in the Robin outfit. So I got the trifecta, if you will. So yeah,
Gotcha.
that's my first one. Yeah. My baby right here. I love this book.
Uh-oh. Don't drop the baby.
I still can't believe I have that book. I know it's not even like that big of a book, but to me, it's a big deal. You know.
Yeah, what was the date on that? When was that one printed? I remember that one coming out. I think it was like
That
right
is
after I graduated from high school.
89. It's 89.
That was the year that I graduated from high school.
Hey, there
So,
you go. I still haven't
damn, you're
graduated from high
old,
school.
Pete.
Yeah. Yeah. Also,
All
this
right,
is the
so what do we got
oldest
next?
seller I've ever sorry, the thing. This is the only seller that they've given me like this sleeve for it, the sleeve that you get graded. All the other slabs I've ever gotten, they like haven't sent that in there. Like this one is just raw. This one they actually sent it. I
No
don't know
bags
why
or anything,
that's.
yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know why
because
that's so rare to
once you
find.
get
No.
once you get your book slabbed, you're trying to not protect the book, but protect the slab. You don't want it to get scuffed or scratched or whatever, So
Yeah, yeah,
that
that's what I'm
becomes the
saying.
thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I don't know why it's so rare when I'm buying books for a little piece of plastic to not come with it, but I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
the plastic market
They
right
should
now.
be sending those with them. That I mean, they come that way from CGC with a bag on them. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
no.
Okay, well that's my first one.
Okay, so you want me to go over to me? All right. So I'm going to take you from the solo layout, and we'll go over to me. All right. I'm going to go solo layout. Me. There we go. All right, I'm
There
going
we
to show a couple. So I've been working on building my Uncanny X-Men run. So I've got an
go.
X-Men
Ooh,
95.
that's a
So
nice one.
so it goes giant size X-Men #1, then X-Men 94, and then X-Men 95. So
That one's
this
killer.
is this is the death of Thunderbird down there.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
they hit a little bit of a rocky start when they started that new team.
yeah.
And
No,
then
that's a killer one.
I got a really good deal on that one. I got it for $25. So
Ooh, that is a good deal.
yeah, it's an expensive book. I got it from West Coast Avengers. It
Mm.
needs a press. I don't know if you can see it in the but it's a little wavy, but it needs a press for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah, a cool book. And I don't know if you watched Mon Comics, but he talks about the side quest, and one of the things that he's trying to do is he's trying to uh, do his Fantastic Four run. So my side
yeah,
quest is the X-Men run. So then
yeah.
next one I got is number 90. Is it 97? Yeah, 97.
That one's cool. I really like
Cyclops
that
versus
cover.
Cyclops versus Havoc. Yeah, it's a Dave Cockrum cover.
Hmm.
And again, got it for $25. So steal of a deal.
That's a nice
Uh,
one.
yeah. So definitely a cool book for sure. All right.
Killer
So
awesome.
I go ahead and go back over to you. We'll go
Back
back and
over to
forth.
me.
All
I love me some X-Men. Like you were
right.
saying with the this isn't about my next book, but what you were saying about the side quests. One of
Uh-huh.
the thing that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get every Fantastic Four book that She-Hulk was in. So
Oh,
from like I
nice.
think 265 to 290 something, and
Uh-huh.
I'm like a third of the way done. Honestly, I got like I got like a bunch from just this one seller for like $1 a pop, and yeah, so
That
I'm
was
getting close.
a
And
side effect.
another one culminates with my next book here. So whatchamacallit? It's issue
Okay.
201 of Green Lantern, where they switch it from just regular Green Lantern to the Green Lantern Corps. And
Gotcha.
I'm getting like super close to getting that full Green Lantern Corps run done, including the annuals. So yeah, and this is the first one I ever got. This is the first like key comic I ever got to like 2 years ago. And y'all guys know how much of a Green Lantern dude I am. This is Green Lantern
First
201.
Kilowog. Yeah.
Yeah, first appearance of Kilowog.
Nice.
This is a really awesome book. It's been like right here on my shelf for like years. This would be like my best book. I would like frolic around being like, I got the first appearance of Kilowog. How about you? You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for
it's
a
a good book,
very
man.
long time. It's my and still to this day, it's probably my favorite book I own, just because of like how much it means to me. You know, like oh, it's Green Lantern. It's my first ever key, and I love Green Lantern a lot. In terms of condition, it's got some spine ticks, and it could use from a press. So I'd give it maybe 9.0 to an 8, I would say. But I don't care. Me, when collecting, I don't really care about condition too much. I just collect it, just to have
Yeah,
it, and I'm
there
fine
for
with
the
it.
reading, right? It's there and it's part of the collection. I get that.
Oh
That's
yeah.
this
Oh yeah.
this
Yeah.
this X-Men run. You know, I do have some high grade ones. I'm trying to like, you know, I'm probably going to try to make
Most
two
of my.
runs. One that's a high grade run, and one that's a reader copy run. But
Oh yeah.
you know, why not? I can waste more money that way.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Especially when you're me and you don't have like grown up money. You're not too picky on the condition. It can be a .5, and if it's a big book, I'll be jumping all across the room. Like if I got like a .1 condition showcase 22, I would like literally be so happy I'd like faint. Yeah. So definitely low grade is better than no grade, in my opinion.
Yep, I lost you there for a second. Hello.
Oh, hello.
So you're talking about if you had a .1 showcase. I'm sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
would
So
be
what I was
happy with
saying was
having that, right?
I definitely subscribe to low grade is better than no grade because if it's like
Absolutely.
a big deal type book, I don't mind if it's like super low grade. Even if it is something like an '80s random book like this, I don't care if it's not perfect. So it's like if I ever find a
It's a
showcase
big thing for sure.
22 and it's like terrible condition, I would like literally faint because I would be so happy.
Right. I don't
Yeah.
remember who it was. Somebody had who was that? They just got it was Mike from Lunch Money Comics. He got a first
Oh,
appearance of Silver Surfer, but it was like in a 1.0. But he was
yeah.
just happy to have it.
Oh yeah, dude. If I found the first appearance of Silver Surfer, I'd almost cry, probably. Like no joke. That's a huge book.
Yeah. No, yeah. He found it at a garage sale. So yeah, he was super happy to get that one, really stoked.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
and he also got a Hulk 181.
Yeah.
First, first
yeah, I saw
Hulk.
that video. Now it's like it's coming to me.
Uh-oh, we got a report of a incoming comic collector geek. I'll join you guys in a few minutes. There we
Oh,
go.
man.
All
That's what's
right.
up.
So I'm going to go back to solo. I'm going to show a couple more books. So got a X-Men 105. We got Phoenix versus Fire Lord there.
Ooh.
All the other X-Men are down for the count. And you got Phoenix taking on Fire Lord. And that was a little higher grade copy. I paid $40 for that one.
Hmm. Still not bad.
Yeah, not too bad. Not breaking the bank, that's for sure. And then we got the return of Warren Worthington, but is he friend or foe? Yeah, X-Men
There you go.
106.
That's a nice one.
So, yeah. Angel returns. This one, he's got it marked it was a 7.0. So, and again, paid $40 on that one. And actually picked up a couple copies of that one because my friend Travis is also building a run of X-Men, and I've been trying to help him out. And then you're a cosmic kind of fan, so you'll probably like this one.
Yeah.
So it's X-Men 107. And
Ooh,
do you
that's
know
a
who
cool one.
the Starjammers? You know who they are?
No idea.
Okay, so Starjammers are a group of like space pirates, basically. And
Okay.
the leader of the team is Corsair, who turns out to be Scott Summers, Cyclops' dad. So,
Oh, okay.
so it's this whole team of aliens. They're alien, kind of like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but
That's what's up.
Guardians of the Galaxy before the Guardians of the Galaxy were the Guardians of the Galaxy, and so that's a big key. And I paid 65 on that one. So, and
Yeah.
then if Mr. Akins is watching, he
Hey,
will
what's on the
appreciate.
contract? Thank you.
No, I don't know if he is watching or not. I said, but if he is watching,
Oh,
I got
okay.
I got the first John Byrne on X-Men.
Oh, that's a killer one.
Yeah, so this one is his first artwork on the series. It's got a Cockrum cover, but it's John Byrne on the interiors, and I paid 45 on that one, which is again a steal of a deal on that book. So,
Mm-hmm.
and
Those are the killer ones.
yeah, so love me my X-Men, that's for sure. All right, back over to you. I got like a ray of sunshine that's coming right through my window.
Uh, So yeah, I got some pretty nice blinds. I don't gotta worry about that.
Let's see. Trying to get out of the solo layout here. There we go.
Hey, okay. So my next book here, it's my favorite kind of book to collect is Silver Age DC. I love Silver Age DC. I love DC in general, but specifically Silver Age is awesome. I love it. And whenever I find something new that like I've never heard about before that comes from DC Silver Age, I try to pick it up. And I saw this at one of my local comic shops, DNA Comics in Humble, Texas. If you're in the area, go check them out. They have some awesome prices. But yeah, we have this one. It's a Showcase 62 from 19, I want to say 67. I want to say 67. I might be very, very wrong. This is the first appearance of these guys, the Inferior Five, and they're kind of like a parody in a sense. Their superpowers are very bad, and they have very bad downsides. So you have characters like Awkward Man, which is a play on Aquaman, and his weakness. I think it said his weakness is water. So yeah, we have the Blimp, and he can fly, but only if it's windy. If it's not windy, who cares? You can't do anything. We have the what's this guy's name? White Feather. This guy, he's a very skilled archer, but he gets scared when anyone looks at him. So if he's been looked at, that's a no go. There's a Dumb Bunny, who is I keep getting like pushing the other way. There's Dumb Bunny, who is very strong but extremely dumb. So if you read their run, there's like multiple times where they accidentally beat up a superhero instead of the villain because of her. Yeah. And then there's Merryman, who is the leader of the group, and he's pretty much your typical scrawny, weakling, nerdy kind of guy. And naturally, he's the leader. So yeah, that's this book. I love this book. I also got another book to go with it. This one's not a key; it's just one of their books from their own title. Just a cool cover.
That's awesome,
yeah.
man. Who else is on the cover of that one with the not the first appearance? There was that the Justice League on the cover.
This one's not the fit. Yeah, there's the Justice League, there's Doom Patrol, there's a lot of different characters here. Pretty much everyone from the Justice League, and I think there's some Doom Patrol people on the side, like Robot Man's right there. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, nice. So that's a sick cover. This I got this for $10, and for Silver Age, I don't mind anything that's below like $20. Honestly, I think it's pretty good. This one, it's a very like 3.5, 4.0 copy, but I mean, I enjoy it, so that's all that really matters. So, yeah, I think that's kind of a pretty one.
Silver Age books in that price range. Yeah, I mean, there's Alan gives me a hard time because there's a guy near me that I can pick up Golden Age books for like $5 to $20, and he's like, "Why are you not going there every day?"
I know, dude. That's really good prices. I've been thinking about getting into Golden Age a little bit, and I'll be like, hey, let's see what's pop on eBay and see what kind of Green Lantern Golden Age that they have. And it's like, oh, here's $400 for a 0.5 condition. I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Golden Age, a lot of the books are prohibitively expensive. And yeah, this guy, he used to be part of a group on Facebook that only sold and dealt in low-grade copies of Golden Age books. But the only way that you can sell your books in that group is if your books are below a certain grade. So sometimes they're nicer books than what they were listing them at, just so that they could be able to sell them in the group. I think like the highest grade you're allowed to have is like a 5 or a 5.5 or something. And so a lot of times I'm looking at it, I go, this is not the grade that you're saying it is.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he had a bunch of the that's my Golden Age honey hole, but he has a bunch of the old Marvel mystery comics that I've been looking at. But for some reason, that series doesn't hold a lot of value. I was looking at him up, and I'm like, he has one that's slabbed at a 5.5, and he was telling me, oh, I think they're all worth about $200. And the slabbed one was the only one that was worth more than $200, actually. So, but is what it is. So we're gonna go back to me for some more X-Men, I guess. You guys that are in the room, if you're tired of looking at X-Men. let me know. All right, so we got X-Men number 111 with Arcade as the villain. And he's captured the X-Men and put them in a sideshow.
That's a cool.
Yeah, it's a cool one. That's a VF minus copy. I think I paid $185 on that one again. And then this one, Savage Land and Sauron action going on there.
One.
Yeah. Paid $10 for that one.
Ooh, good price.
Yeah. Definitely, if you get the chance, check out West Coast Dave Avengers. He has his, well, he's going to be actually going to Europe. So, but usually he has the weekly claim sale on Wednesdays and great prices on everything. So we got a 7.0 on this guy. Sunfire and the X-Men are in Japan, and it's the first appearance of Mariko, who is the lady that Wolverine falls in love with and is engaged to. And so, good book there.
That's a nice one.
And then we get into the beginnings of the Mutant
That's
X.
I love that cover.
So I paid $20 on this one. Yeah, I really like the way John Byrne drew Phoenix. So cool. And the way he always draws the Danger Room is really cool too. So you got the picture of Colossus over here in the Danger Room is just sweet with the big thing coming down trying to crush him and Storm flying out of the way of there. So really cool stuff.
Yeah, those are cooler.
Yeah, I got some more to show, but we'll wait on those and I'll go back to you.
Okay.
We got 9 people in the room.
7 people's.
Is it so?
Okay.
Yeah.
My next book is a very, very weird one.
Okay.
It's dare I say, not even it's a comic, but it's almost not. So what this is the Adventures of Big Boy. Like the
Boss Big Boy.
Yeah, like the burger joint. And what's really cool about this is I'm pretty sure at least I could be 100% wrong here, but they gave these out like actually at the restaurant. So like you had to be at the restaurant. Yeah, and they gave them out. Yes, these can be hard to find at some points. Like there's even the stamp that's like free at the restaurant right here. So yeah, I think I got this for like $2. My mom specifically really wanted this. I didn't even.
What year is that from? Does it have a date inside?
Because
I know that some of those Big Boy books are Golden Age. So
Golden Age. This one definitely isn't Golden Age because it says 15 cent. So
okay, so it's a Silver Age book then. Yeah,
it's Silver Age, but it's still very, very cool. And
for $2, heck yeah.
Yeah, for its time, I know it's kind of hard to see, but like the spine, if I can get like a good angle here, is very good. Like I mean, for a Silver Age book, no joke, this is probably like an 8 with a press, I would say.
Yeah.
There's definitely some ripples, but it's really good looking for its age, and I think it's definitely one of those books where it's like you don't think about it until you have it, and then you're like, wow, that actually is kind of cool, you know?
Yeah, there's a guy that the guy that I get the Golden Age books from. He has a spinner rack in his antique store in his house, and he puts Golden and Silver Age books on there, which most people go, oh, okay, well, that's not so bad. Except that the same thing that would happen back in the day happens there because there's people there looking at regular antiques and they don't appreciate how fragile comic books are. So they will bend those books over the bars on the spinner rack. And so every time I go there, I'm like, did you put anything new out? I'm always wanting to see like what books he's put out because he's had books that the only damage that was on them happened when they were on the spinner rack. And I'm like, oh, I got some really nice Silver Age Doom Patrols, and the only place where they're damaged is right on the spine where somebody bent them over that bar. I was like, oh no.
That hurts my soul.
I know. The last time I was there, I got a a Golden Age Buster Brown. I don't know, Buster Brown's a shoe company, and from back in the day, and it was a promotional book, like kind of like your Bob's Big Boy comic that you had there. And it's like, yeah, it's like a 9.4. Like it's beautiful. Like
Yeah.
no kinks in it, no creases, nothing. I was just like, oh my gosh. I'm like, how much for that? He's like, $8. I'm like, and later on I made a little pile, and he's like, I'll give it to you for 5. And I was like, oh my god.
I need to find your guy, dude. Oh,
Yeah, he'll haggle with me if I get a whole bunch of stuff. So, um, but yeah, he was a cool dude. He's an old guy. He's in a rock and roll band.
I hear all these stories of like people getting like these awesome books for like super low prices. And it's usually like an old guy who like doesn't really know where they are. Kind of like that Lunch Money Comics video where he got the Hulk 1A1 and the thing that you just mentioned, all the Golden Age books. My like dream scenario is to always like find that. Like I always try to hit up like antique shops and stuff of that nature, and it's always nothing. There's always nothing there. It's either 90s trash for $20 a pop, or they just don't have comic books in general. And I always get a little envious.
You know, I found some great deals at antique stores, but you've got to be lucky and find the right vendor that you
Mhm.
know that doesn't know. And usually it's gonna be the older stuff. The
Oh,
somebody's giving you a date on your big boy.
oh yeah,
He says that big boy is from 1973.
73. Okay,
Riff Randall. Thanks, Riff.
yeah,
Good to be in the wait, is that your mom?
yeah,
That is your mom. That's right. I was
yeah.
like, wait, that name sounds familiar. I got a message from Riff Randall. That's right. When I
Mhm.
said shout out to mom, she was like, hey, thanks. That's right. So
Yeah,
1973, awesome. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. Me and her are a collecting team. This is not
No,
my collection. This is our collection.
I think that that is awesome, man. I mean, my mom got me into collecting things, but not specifically comic books. She was into more baseball cards and that kind of stuff. And then eventually, I sold all my baseball cards I had and shifted over to comics when I was a kid. So
That's awesome.
I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like, wait, when you snickered there, I was like, oh, he gave it away. That's what, that's his fault.
yeah. Yeah, I couldn't see it at first.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got since we have 9 people in the room, but not a lot of talking going on. You guys shout it out. Let us know how your Fourth of July is going. What you got going on.
Yeah.
We're just here killing some time. We got
Mhm.
nothing but time on our hands. So let's see. I'll switch over and I'll show some more X Men.
Excellent.
So I got number 126.
Ooh,
The first full appearance of Proteus, which is the child of Professor Xavier and Moira McTaggart.
that's
Not
cool.
to be confused with Legion. I got that one for $20. It has a slight bend up here in the corner, but doesn't break color, so I think I can get it pressed out. So
Yeah. Okay, well, that's good. Can't be
yeah,
$20.
yeah, you know. And then another Proteus book here. This one's a VF plus one. This one's in better shape, and I got it for $10.
Ooh, there you go.
Yeah. So I love John Byrne's artwork. It's just so good.
Oh yeah, these
He
early
is,
X-Men.
yeah, he's one of my inspirations for my artwork. I don't know. Did you see the stuff that I? Oh yeah, you saw the stuff I put up yesterday. You saw my Homelander that I did the other day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, awesome
And
work
then
by the way.
oh, thank you. And then this one is a VF plus copy of 132, and paid $40 on that one. But this is getting into the Dark Phoenix saga. So are you familiar with how that all started? The whole Dark Phoenix thing?
As much as I hate to admit it, when it comes to my X-Men knowledge, it's very limited. So
this guy over here, Mastermind, messes with Jean Grey's head, and he kind of unleashes the evil side of the Phoenix Force. And so at the end of that issue, all of the X-Men are believed to be dead or knocked out. Wolverine there's a character named Leland who has the power to increase gravity on any object, and he smashes Wolverine through the floor, and they think he's dead. And then you got the first solo issue with Wolverine by himself, awesome. Where he is just taking the Hellfire Club apart. So
that's awesome.
Nostalgic Pod Blast says, "Happy Independence Day, fellas."
Hey.
He says, "Did I miss X-Men 129? I don't know if I have a 129. I don't have a 129, buddy. At least I might have one, but it might be in a slab. This is just a run of some stuff that I just picked up recently. So, and then we're going to go to 134, which is the first appearance of Dark Phoenix. That's her there in the background. Jean Grey turned evil.
That is an awesome one.
Yeah. And then her in the first cover appearance in the Dark Phoenix, where she's crushing the X-Men logo.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite all-time X-Men covers.
I always love it when a character is, something's going on where they're interacting with the logo. There's a later issue. There's a later issue where Cyclops is being strangled by like this giant squid, and he's shooting his optic blast, and he's blasting the logo into a million pieces.
I was literally just about to say, there's this one Cyclops cover. I was literally just about to say that.
Yeah, it's a great cover. So Nostalgic Pod Blast, only Wolverine can get away with wearing that yellow costume.
Very true.
We got Comic Collector Geek. I'm going to add him to the stream. He's in the back room.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Sorry for
What's
coming
up,
so
brother?
late.
No problem.
My wife doesn't really get the
man.
idea that, hey,
that crazy Brian guy, he just comes on at random times and says, "Hey, join me. Let's hang out."
Yeah.
You're not a swinging single guy anymore.
I know, it's sad. My freedom is gone now. Oh well.
So have you met Obito?
No, not formally. I know who you are, but that's about it.
Hey. Yeah, well, yes, hello. I am Obito. I am very humbled that you know of my existence.
It's not that big a deal. Yeah. So we shouted you out a few times, actually.
Yeah,
almost every time we get together talking, we talk about him.
Yeah, I think like we older collectors kind of like the fact that there's young blood in the hobby.
Yes, it's exciting.
Every I pop in to like the stream. Sometimes I can't make it for like when y'all guys stream, so I'll watch the after streams, and then I'll notice like, oh, y'all guys are talking about Obito Comics, and like I just jump in for joy. I'm geeking out like all the time.
Yeah.
You'll
have to like. I'm always looking for people to interview, so you'll have to come on my channel sometime and do that.
Oh, dude, I would be honored. Like actually.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I'm like, I was bagging and boarding while waiting. So
I didn't realize. I kept looking to see if you were in the back room, but I did it, and then I noticed the little red dot. I was like, "Oh, hey, Ellen's waiting."
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm boiling, by the way. My AC is still not fixed.
They didn't fix that? They didn't fix your AC? Oh,
they said they're coming tomorrow, so hopefully I'll survive until then.
So if you start melting like a wax candle...
Yeah, you'll see me melting. I'm gradually dissolving here.
It's your weight loss program. It's like a sauna.
Yeah, I felt like that. I felt like I probably... Actually, it was funny. I weighed myself once in the morning, and then like a few hours later, and I lost like a kilo of weight.
What's a kilo to a pound?
That's 2 pounds.
2 pounds. You lost 2 pounds just water weight from sweating.
Yeah, just sweating. I was like dripping. Just dying. I was like, this is not good. So yeah.
So what are you bagging and boarding?
I was so I bought okay, so my comic shop had like a sale, okay? My local comic shop, and they were selling these Lady Death like bundles.
Oh, okay. Like bundles, okay.
So this is a bundle. The bundle is $25 Canadian, right? Okay. So but it's like $50 worth of books in the bundle.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
There you go.
But the sale adds a 30% discount to this price.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, it's like, so roughly like $15 US.
Yeah.
After everything.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
$50, 15 US for $50 US worth of comics. So not bad.
Not bad at all.
And it's like all like, it's all these like, sexy, I was begging for them. So yeah. I like Lady Death. I'm not sure. Do you know this character? Obito?
I'm aware of her. I've never read anything about her.
So. Yeah. So originally she appeared in Evil Ernie, and it's kind of a cool story. They actually made even a movie. Like there was a movie or something.
Oh. Was it an animated movie?
Yeah, animated movie. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So basically, she makes a deal with the devil that because like basically the only way to bring back the one that she loves is through this deal that she makes with the devil, that if she kills all of humanity, she can bring back the one that she loves.
Nice. That's reasonable.
Reasonable. So she makes like an army of the undead, and it's like, that's awesome.
That's cool. I'll have to look into it for sure.
Yeah, it's it's very 90s nostalgic stuff for me.
I like
it's
90s.
Like the Magic the Gathering lore, where there's this character named Liliana and her little brother, who she cared for her whole life, dies, and she makes a deal with these demons to bring him back from the dead. She sells her soul basically, and they double crossed her. They bring him back as like a zombie. He's
okay, sort of like the monkey paw kind of version of.
Yeah. And so then the rest of this is this whole redemption saga of her trying to free herself from these demons and save her brother. And it's interesting.
Cool.
Good story.
Cool. Yeah. I always think of these kind of deals with like demons or devils, like kind of similar to Thanos and his love for the death character.
Right.
And, that's a much more different story than what they made in the movies, but yeah,
for sure. Better.
Yeah. In a way they kind of made it more a little bit, I don't know, made them
realistic
a little bit more,
of a goal.
What?
More like what's the word I'm looking for? More like you can kind of see where they're coming from type deal.
Yeah,
relatable,
you can more relate to
relatable.
The guy. It seems like maybe he's doing the right thing, maybe the wrong way. But,
right. Well, what I don't get is, if he had all that power, couldn't he just double the resources of the galaxy rather than kill half the people?
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, well, yeah. The funny thing is, like, there's a lot less life than there is non-life in the universe. So, the chances of life, I think it was like it was really low, like something like 10 to the power of like several billion. It's like really low chance, right? But even in that, there's still a lot of life in the universe, just because there's just so many planets, so many things. It's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I
was a big physics geek way back when in the day. I majored in physics in university.
Nice.
Very cool.
And you ended up in marketing.
So never take physics as a university choice. It's a good way to work at McDonald's or like maybe a convenience store or something. I don't know. It's just there's not much jobs for it.
Did you catch that interview you did with Bueller, or the hangout you did with Bueller, where he's talking about getting? Oh, he was getting bundles from Things from Another World.
Okay.
Where they would have anything that didn't sell within 2 months, they put it in a 10-pack grab bag for $5. So he said, and they were clear see-through bags, so you could see what was in it. So it had the when Detective Comics 1000 came out and Action Comics 1000, those were in the bags. And so
Okay, so
that
is he
was at the
getting like the
time.
rare variants for those ones as well, or?
Yeah, he was getting the bags. I mean, that's a $10 book, just that one book.
Yeah, but in like certain variants of it are like $300 books.
Yeah. Well, this was back when he was making his Bueller boxes. And so
Oh, okay.
he's telling me like the cost to get those Bueller boxes put together was like $3 and $4 a box to put them together.
Yeah, I imagine that's what Comic Tom does too, right? You know, they sell the boxes at like $30, but
Yeah.
then they probably their costs are like maybe a couple dollars or something like that.
Yeah, well, his buddy owns a shop, so I think they're playing the whole variant game where they're getting all the ratio variants, they're making their money off the ratio variants, and then the subscriber copies they make money off of that, and anything that's left over goes in the grab bag boxes. So
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's the next level for all of our channels. That's when we make the big money, guys. Like we do like a box and then send it out to subscribers.
There you go. Yeah.
Subscriber boxes. Well, we got get the brain trust going.
Yeah,
we got the marketing guru there.
Yeah, well, my next big thing is to have my own comic. That's my next big thing.
If only you knew an artist.
Yeah, if I don't know anybody though. I'm not sure.
Alan and I have been talking about me doing some artwork for him for a while.
Yeah. I was actually being really diligent about writing that story for about 2-3 days, and I got like maybe half of the first comic done, and then work just came back, and like everything got busy again, and like I haven't looked at it since.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah, it's like so
sure.
annoying. Enjoy your youth, Obito. Enjoy it.
He's already enjoying the working man's world. He's got his first job now.
Oh, really?
He's enjoying getting some comics with that money.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's fun when you can whatever money you make, you can just waste. like no responsibility. Just
he's investing.
I know,
wisely
right?
in comic books.
Yeah, so
I don't gotta worry about taxes or anything. I could just buy old paper as much as I want.
Yeah, that's great. What's your job?
I'm an election worker, so I help out my county. Yeah, for the upcoming elections and stuff. So they hired me for like a month's worth of work, and they're gonna rehire me for the presidential election in December. So,
oh wow, that's
awesome, right?
That's really cool. That's like
Oh yeah.
Then the next thing you become like Senate person, and then then you go on to presidency, and then your life's set.
Oh yeah,
that's right. Exactly. President Obito.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
he was just getting. He was telling me he's been picking up some slabs for like $25 a slab.
Really?
Oh yeah, I got this bad boy right here. This is the first appearance of Tim Drake. I got for $25. It's a 9.4.
Oh my goodness! I just saw somebody was selling that but I think raw like for about $25.
Yeah, it was a good steal. I
bought that right off the shelf way back in the day. So.
Oh yeah.
I was telling him. I go, what year did that come out? He goes, 1989. I go, that was the year I graduated from high school.
So you're like a couple of years older than me.
Yep, I'm an old geezer.
Yeah.
You're just a young geezer.
Yeah, I'm just a kid. I'm a young one. I'm 90. I'm class of 91.
Oh, there you go.
I'm gonna be class of 2025, 2026.
Wow. So yeah,
I'm
the future.
Feel old now, Alan?
Yeah. I'm trying to coin a term, by the way, for your age demographic. So there's millennials, right? And then there's Gen Z. So I kind of combined the two and call your generation Zennials.
Zennials, okay.
I don't hate that. I mess with it. I like it.
Yeah. So my kids hate it, but I always call them Zennials. But yeah. So so what's going to be your first big purchase with all this, government money that you're getting?
Okay. So I'm looking at a lot of different Green Lantern stuff. I'm a really big
Oh,
Green
okay.
Lantern guy. And there's a couple books I'm looking at. I'm looking at Green Lantern 16, First Appearance of Star Sapphire.
Yeah,
That's like
a great book.
that's probably my tip top. That's like my favorite all-time villain.
I just
So-
picked up her true first appearance.
Yeah. Oh, which one's that?
I can
It's a
find
Silver
it.
Age book, isn't it?
Golden Age.
Oh, is it a Golden Age book?
It's
Okay.
like Flash something something. It's
Yeah,
last
it's
issue.
Flash Comics something. It's the Golden Age Star Sapphire, right?
Yeah. Wait, I can.
Gotcha.
Just bear with me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
here.
thinking the wrong one.
It's funny. I was reading about. I didn't like actually read it, but I saw like a really cool YouTube video about the Golden Age Star Sapphire, like literally yesterday, I think. So
Right.
it was
Yeah,
interesting.
it's all Flash. This one.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That's
killer.
cool.
It's in really rough shape, but it's all there. All Flash 32.
You want to trade?
Thanks for telling. You wanna
No,
trade.
I already have the other one too, though. So
Obito was telling me he's thinking about dipping his toe in the Golden Age market at some point.
yeah, I mean, actually, believe it or not, even though this is like literally her first appearance, I think I paid like $300-400. It wasn't that bad. Yeah.
Okay,
That's not
good.
too bad.
See,
That's a good
I've been
deal.
looking at Golden Age Superman because I feel I've seen like that's the most affordable that I've seen. Like I got like a couple slabs that are in the 354 range from like the 50s
Okay.
for like 200, 220, something like that.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking about it, but you
Look
know.
into the Flash. Flash is cheap. Some of the Green Lanterns are cheap too, even from the Golden Age.
See, I pretty much every day I'm looking at Green Lantern books on eBay, and I'll see like 0.5 condition graded Green
Yeah.
Lanterns, $600, and I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
man, like
That's
as
a
much
bit
as I'd
much.
love to get a Golden Age Green Lantern, I just want one that's not all money I'll ever have, you know?
Yeah, I
Right.
mean that's a bit much. What you got to do is look for auctions. Usually you can get a bit of a deal. Like, if it's a buy it now, they work in like whatever the fair market value is, and then 20-30% above that. That's like
Right.
yeah. But if you find an auction, sometimes you can pick them up cheap. What I usually do is harass the person that has the book that I want. And I'll just say,
There
"Oh,
you
your
go.
book is junk. Your book is worthless."
There you go. Honestly,
No,
that's
no,
strategy.
it's just, no, but I write them and usually say, hey, would you consider this price,
Mhm.
for your junky book?
Wasn't that your
I don't
your
say that, but
first Wonder Woman that you got? You got that way. You haggled the guy down, and then it was worth way more. It graded out way higher than what you thought it was going to be.
for my first Wonder Woman.
Was it the first Wonder Woman?
Oh no, oh yeah, the first appearance of Wonder Woman. Yes. So he originally wanted 40,000 Canadian, and then I worked him down to like 20,000 Canadian, which is about 14,000 US.
There you go.
For a first appearance of Wonder Woman, I don't know if that's good, but I feel like that's good.
Yeah,
Well, so it normally goes for about 40,000 US.
Okay, there.
So,
There you go.
so it's a pretty good deal. It's a pretty good deal. But that's
Podblast. I will. I'll show some more books here in just a minute. I think we're going to kind of round robin it here and show some books off. So I've got some more X-Men to show for sure. So hang out.
Speaking of X-Men, I got a cool X-Men that I took off the wall that I'll show here in a bit.
All right.
Yeah.
You want me to make you big? You want to go?
Yeah.
Sure, put me on the
Make
spot.
them big.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Well, you said you got the book. Let's see it.
I got it here. Let's go. So I think this might be I like Whatnot, not like as a seller because I don't sell on there, but as a buyer I tend to get pretty good deals, I would say, and I think this is the best deal I've ever gotten. So this is Uncanny X-Men 248. This is first Jim Lee on X-Men. It's also
Nice.
Longshot leads the X-Men. Oh yeah, 9.4. Guess how much I paid for this? Just guess.
I saw you on one of your videos talking about it. What did you pay? $20, something like that?
I'm gonna guess $20 just because you've been getting everything for $20. So
$15.
$15.
That's
Wow,
cheaper than
that's
the
a
slab.
deal. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I looked up the fair market. I think it's like $80 or $100. So
Wow.
I made like a huge profit. Not that I'll sell it, But I made like a really huge profit, and I mean, cover alone, it's just an awesome color.
Yeah, it's
I
a
like
great
the pink.
Colossus cover.
Oh yeah, it's
Todd
awesome. And
Blast,
that first Jim Lee, it's awesome. I
Todd
love it.
Blast says Jim Lee is president of DC now, of course.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. That's the
that's
reason I
right.
like Jim Lee is because I'm like a huge DC guy. So I love seeing the Jim Lee art, specifically for characters I like. Like there's this one Jeff Johns Green Lantern, I think it's number 50 that he did. That's like my favorite Green Lantern art, like legit ever. I love Jim Lee when he does Green Lantern, and it's awesome. So I had to represent and get this one. So yeah, that's X-Men
Yeah, it's cool.
248 from 1989. Also the year you graduated.
A lot of good books coming out the year I graduated.
Oh, yeah, some hitters, some hitters. I swear, I'm
All right, you
like,
got anything else you want to show off? Any other books you want to show off?
yeah. Okay, so this book has a story. So back when I was first starting my channel, I made I think it was my third or fourth video, maybe. I had like 15 subscribers, and I made a video like my top wish list books. And that video for the time it did really, really well. I think it got like 400 or 500 views, which was an insane amount to me. And like Alex the Comic Hoarder, like he posted like on his channel, like, hey, go check out Obito Comics, and I was like, what, you know?
Wow.
And then I think it was like a week after that, I got an email from a guy, and he was like, hey, I'd love to send you some books, some books that from your wish list. And at first I was a little skeptical because I'm like, you know, he's gonna send me like a rock, you know. So yeah,
Send you kryptonite.
yeah, right. So I had him send it to my mom's work because she's like a government worker, and if it is something bad, you know, he wouldn't have a problem sending it there, you know. And
Right.
it was comics. It was comics, and it was multiple books that I wanted, like the first appearance of Domino, first appearance
wow.
of Jubilee, first appearance. I'll just throw this one here. This is not the book I was going to show, but this is a Inhumans 1. It's signed by George Perez.
Nice.
He gave this to me for free. For free.
That is
so yeah.
crazy. It wasn't Caveman that did this, was it?
No, it was a guy named Tall Paul Comics.
Oh wow.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, though. So generous.
And this book I'm about to show is the big book that he sent me. He said he was going to give me like an extra surprise, and it was my second ever slab I got, my first ever 9.8 slab, and literally after that video, I couldn't help myself and I just started crying because I was like, you know, this community is just so awesome. I can't, like, this is literally the nicest thing that's like anyone besides my mom has ever done for me, you know.
Right.
So
right, the
yeah,
total stranger, right? Total stranger.
right.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And it was this book. It's a 9.8 of ASM 55 from 2021. When
That
this
is
book
an
was first coming
iconic
out.
cover. Yeah, that's an
Oh yeah,
iconic
when this
cover.
book was
for
first
sure.
coming out, I think people were asking like $100, $200 raw for this book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, it's a really hard 9.8 because you know all black spine. So
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
a classic
and this is an
cover.
awesome book.
It's a great one.
It's an awesome cover. It's an awesome display piece. And yeah, he sent that and a whole bunch of other books for free. And
Wow.
to this day, I think
That's
that's my
so
biggest
cool.
comic score. Yeah,
That's
it was a
huge.
big
That
moment
is
for
so
me.
cool.
So yeah, this is a big book to me. It's a very personal book. So yeah.
Yeah, we were just talking about that off the air about how great the community is, and you were like,
Oh, yeah.
we were like, you know, the community's kind of adopted you as the poster child for the new generation of comic books.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you know, it's like huge.
Yep, Podblast says, "Oh wow!" So he's thinking that's pretty cool too.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Right on.
I feel
We'll
like it's special for you.
Take the focus off of you. Go back to the triple layout here. All right. So, Alan, do you have stuff to show, or are you just
I
bagging
can
them?
pull some random stuff. Like I just got a stack right over there that I just grabbed. Just show some random.
Just some random books. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and show a couple more X-Men since Podblast is hanging out. Wanted to see what other crazy books. So we got here early Kitty Pryde appearance.
Nice.
139. Snagged that one for $13. He was asking 20, but I got it for 13.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a cool cover too.
Yeah.
So
There's
are
another
you trying to
cover
get like
like
a run of X-Men?
yeah, I'm
Or
working on a Byrne Claremont run. Byrne is one of my original inspirations for art.
Mhm.
Later on, Jim Lee was a part of that.
So is John Byrne Canadian?
He is Canadian, yes.
I didn't know that. Like somebody said, like I did my Canadian video, and then somebody's like, "Oh, why didn't you mention John Byrne?" I'm like, "John Byrne's Canadian." I didn't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's living in
I
the
thought he
States
was
now.
British originally.
No, he's originally Canadian, so I don't know if he's living in the States now, but
Okay.
originally back in the day, that's why he wanted Wolverine on the team and why he did Alpha Flight.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
so pick this guy up also, a VF Plus copy of 140. And speaking of Alpha Flight, you've got Guardian over here, and this one ties into that Incredible Hulk issue that I showed in one of my shorts recently that has it has Hulk, Sasquatch, and Wendigo on it. So this issue ties into that one.
Is that the Wendigo on the cover?
Yeah, that is Wendigo on the cover. Yeah.
Yeah. It's sorry. I'm just, you guys got to realize like everything for me is like really, really small.
Right. Oh, I got
I'm on my phone here.
Yeah, so I paid 25 on this. It's a VF Plus copy, so I thought that was a pretty good deal.
Nice.
But yeah, the Byrne Claremont run isn't that long. It's the very beginning of it is GSX.
When does it start? GSX one.
GSX one is going to be Cockrum and Claremont, but it's the beginning of Claremont's run on X-Men, and then it goes 94. And then I think by issue 148, I think is when Byrne left and went on to do Fantastic Four, because he wanted to do a book where he was writing it and drawing it. He was co-scripting with Claremont for quite a while on X-Men, and
he wanted to do his own thing, basically.
He wanted to be able to be his own creator person there.
Nice.
And then I snagged these two, so these are not going to be X-Men books. Yeah, I do have an X-Men 108. I don't know if you saw that, Bob Last. He's mentioning 108, first burn, last burn is 143. Okay, that's the Night of the Gili or whatever. It's an Aliens ripoff storyline.
So that's not too bad. Like that's a fairly short run, nice, reasonable target, right? To get
yeah, and I want to get the cock from the very first ones too. That's so GSX and 94. So 94 through 143.
And then you get like first Star Jammers and a whole bunch of cool things in that.
Yeah, you just brought up the first Star Jammers earlier.
Yeah, I just got to expose Obito to that was his first exposure to the Star Jammers. I'm like, you're into that cosmic stuff,
Yeah.
Star Jammers is kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy before Guardians of the Galaxy was a thing.
Well, they were really hot for a while, like those series of books related to Star Jammers, because
people think that people think that that's going to be related to the way that they bring the X-Men in. There's going to be some sort of cosmic.
Well, it looked like they were going to go with that kind of method with Eternals and all that kind of stuff. That they were going to go more cosmic.
Right.
And then they introduced Star Fox and all these characters that are more cosmic. But I don't think that because the Eternals did so poorly, I don't know what's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if they do kind of a storyline where it's more of something along the lines of a House of M kind of thing, where someone all powerful has made the mutants go away, and then they bring them back. So. Something like that. I mean, we've got Ms. Marvel is the first mutant. Well, actually, they mentioned that Namor is a mutant as well. So we've got some mutants showing up in the Marvel universe now.
Well, yeah. So Namor is supposed to be the original mutant, first mutant ever.
Yeah. So Podblast says Byrne skipped issue 110. So that would be a Cockrum fill-in, I'm assuming. But. Let's see. Trivia. First Byrne art of the X-Men was Marvel Team Up issue 53. Predates issue 108. And then Iron Fist 15. I have the Iron Fist 15. And it's interesting because all the X-Men are in the cosmic costumes. You got Wolverine dressed up in oh gosh, there's another character kind of similar to Wolverine. That's one of the members of the Imperial Guard that he stole his costume, and so he's wearing that costume on the cover.
Oh, okay. So I'm
And
not as good on that knowledge, like on the sort of Bronze to Copper Age books. I'm not as good. That's my weak spot.
well, you are super knowledgeable on the Golden Age stuff. I mean, I tell you, Obito,
Golden Age, Silver.
you start watching his channel, you'll see stuff like I ran across was it the first appearance of the Wile E. Coyote that you filled me in on.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which I
yeah.
really had no idea, but I'm like, oh, I know that's a key book.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, actually, yeah, just a second ago, my mom came in and she has a special request of a book that she wants to see from Alan. She wants to see some crime books. Yeah, she's a big crime person.
Okay,
Yeah,
I can show some cool crime books.
yeah.
Wow, so your mom actually likes comics?
Oh, dude, she was in the comics. She was in the comics well before I was around. You know, she's the reason I'm in the comics. And yeah, she collects with me. She likes more of like the not necessarily like super. Well, she loves superheroes, but she likes collecting the what's the word? Kind of weird stuff. You know, stuff like this.
I got
like
a lot of weird stuff.
Were you in when he was showing that?
Collection.
Were you in when he showed off that Big Boy book, Alan?
Which one?
He had a Big Boy book that he picked up, Bob's Big Boy promo book.
Oh, Big Boy! Like when you say Big Boy, I thought you meant like some super
inexpensive book. It's a Big Boy book, you know.
Like the burger place. Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? Big Boy is the first Funko Pop.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the very first Funko Pop was a Big Boy, like the little character, right? Like a bobblehead of him.
Not sure why Marvel Team Up issue 53 is not more valuable. Spider-Man versus Hulk by Byrne with the X-Men first Byrne art. I own 4 copies. Obito, didn't you pick up a copy of that? The Marvel Team Up 53?
I'll pick it up now that I have even
the first John Byrne X-Men artwork. Somebody was showing off a copy of that on their channel recently that I was watching.
I think.
I bet it was Mr. Akins. I bet it was Mr. Akins.
I was about to say Mr. Akins. I remember his video. He showed that off.
Yeah, what's on the comic rack? Yeah, he's a big Byrne fan. Like I'm saying, every time I put up a John Byrne book in one of my shorts, he puts up a post. Byrne notice.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, I like John Byrne. I mean, he is good. He's a good artist. There's some like Fantastic Four cover that I really like, where it's like he did it with Sue Storm and her costumes kind of falling off. And,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I always like that cover.
Yeah, Byrne is.
And I like his work on She-Hulk.
Oh, I love She-Hulk.
Yeah. Obito's a big She-Hulk fan as well, and he said he's collecting the whole run of Byrne issues with. Well, it's not just Byrne. Byrne didn't do all the issues with She-Hulk and Fantastic Four, but he's collecting the whole run of every issue that She-Hulk was in Fantastic Four.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
about a third of the way done. She-Hulk too, or?
Yeah. I'll just show this off real quick. I got this recently. This is a Sensational She-Hulk 1 newsstand.
Nice.
Yeah. $2. I got this for. It's not a $2 book.
That's so cheap.
Yeah. I know. Right?
I think I paid a fair amount for my copy. Like mine's a slab though. But I got it and the jumping rope one. I think it was $100 for the two. Both slabs.
That's my big She-Hulk book. Like Dream She-Hulk book, the jump rope. Yeah,
that's awesome. It's so funny. It's like such a funny issue. It's just I like that.
They did her so dirty back in the day. They did her so dirty.
I liked it.
It was played for comedic effect. So that She-Hulk run where she's in Fantastic Four, there's an issue where it's She-Hulk and she's getting her face like smashed into the mud by a boot, and it's a kind of a minor key. I think it's kind of it's a lot of my friends are like, why do they still call her the Invisible Woman? And finally, or Invisible Girl. And finally, in that issue, she's like, at the last panel, she's like, don't call me the Invisible Girl. I'm the Invisible Woman. And so
Oh yes, I
changes
actually
over.
have that book. The first time
Yeah.
she refers to herself as the Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Alan, are you ready to serve some crime?
I can show some crime. I'd have to grab a few things, but yeah, I could show some crime.
All right.
Okay, so
You need a
like
minute.
there's a
All
few
right.
right behind me. That's why I can grab those. But I actually have
All right.
more.
Well, I can show some more books, and if you want me to be off camera grabbing some crime, I can do that.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so you do that. I'll be right back with a few books.
All right.
I actually brought other things, but okay.
Okay. Well, I will go solo. Well, you gotta respect Mom. She wants to see some crime, so.
Okay.
Absolutely. She's the boss.
So I picked these up at the right time. I know I've showed these a couple times now, but
Ooh,
yeah.
Nice.
the big hitters.
I'm still watching
Yeah.
as you're doing that.
Yeah. So I think I got the pair for like $275 for the pair.
Oh man.
So yeah. It was funny. I was in the claim sale, and he was showing off. He had showed some pictures of books that he was going to have later on in the show on his Instagram, and he's like, "Is there anything anyone else is looking for?" Well, there was another gal in there who collects Uncanny X-Men, and she said Uncanny X-Men, and I was like, "Yeah, Uncanny X-Men." I didn't post it though. I was just waiting, and as soon as he posted the picture or put the book up, he started haggling with him, and I'm like, I'll take it for the price you're asking. And he's like, "Oh, well, she asked to see it first." And I was like, "But I've been waiting." He's like, "I got to honor." So he let her have the X-Men book. So I kind of guilt tripped him, and I'm like, "Hey, well, then I'll make an offer on that Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yeah. Funny situation. Was this on Whatnot?
That was West Coast Dave Avengers. He does it on YouTube.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
There's it. So this is the one per store gold
Ooh.
variant.
That's an expensive book.
Yeah, he was asking $650 for it. And I had just recently sold a whole bunch of my Magic the Gathering cards, and I paid him $550 for it.
Nice. Nice.
He said he was thinking it was like a 9294. There's a little flaw in the back that could possibly be pressed out and it might get a 98. So, and then here's another one that I picked up from him also.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Yeah, ASM number 7. Second appearance of the Vulture.
Early.
And I got this one from, he's got it marked at a 5.0, and I paid $420 on it.
Mm-hmm.
So
nice.
Yeah, I was pretty excited to pick that up. And then I'll show another one. So you're not familiar with Dave, huh? Obito?
I'm aware of his channel. I never knew he did claim sales.
Okay, so he has a character named Comic Tim. Do you know him?
No.
Okay, he's kind of making fun of Comic Tom. So here's a Comic Tim. He did stickers of him,
Oh, okay.
But he's become kind of his own thing now. Now he's like this hippie character that lives in Dave's garage, and shows up on camera and causes all kinds of hijinks and mayhem. But I won this in I quote unquote won this as a part of the for being one of the big spenders. And this was just randomly in my package, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to undo the pack here. Let's see. So this is the Comic Tim exclusive. Turok Dinosaur Hunter. All right. But here's the exclusive.
See, that's the big winner right there.
That's Turok, the Dinosaur Hunter. He's a dinosaur that's a hunter. And it's a Comic Tim 1 of 1.
What's that? About a $2 million book, I'd say.
There's only one, so it's priceless. Priceless. But it's one of those things that it's in my collection. It's one of those community things, that you're just like, I'm never gonna get rid of that. It's just a cool thing, right?
Right.
Yeah, so gonna keep that in the collection forever. You know, it's just, and you know that Turek book is actually a cool book. It's just been printed to oblivion. So I'm gonna start now. I got slabs, so I'm gonna show a slab since it's Independence Day.
Ooh.
Cap
That's
100 and it's
7.5.
7.5. Yeah,
That's a nice grade.
yeah. Picked that one up from my friend Travis over at Comics Limited. I do a lot of buying with him. He's somebody that I have known since junior high school, and he has been collecting comics all along, whereas I fell out for a while and had just recently gotten back in, well, 3 years ago. So, thank you, Pod Blast. Yeah, they are nice books. I'm glad that you're enjoying watching them. I'll show one more and then we'll. Are you about ready, Alan? He's still digging. All right, here we go.
Ooh, Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing number 1. And it's 6-0.
I'm jealous about that one.
About the Swamp Thing?
Yeah.
This one I just recently got. So my friend Trav, he started sending me pictures on my phone, texting me pictures. He's like, "Hey, are you interested in this? Are you interested in this?" And I was like, "You know I am." And he said, "Well, to be completely transparent, I kind of got myself in a financial jam." And I was just like, "How much do you need? I'm not even going to haggle. I'll pick them up from you." So this is the first appearance of Dane Whitman. Issue before he becomes the Black Knight in a 7.5.
What's the date on that?
Like 60 something.
First appearance, December of 67.
67. That's a nice grade for 67.
Yeah, 7.5 on that one. Here's the big boy book I got from him. Not a big boy, not a Bob's Big Boy book, but a big boy book.
Yeah, you can't all have the big boy.
I mean, that's really nice. I'll trade you my copy of that. I have a 2.0.
Yeah.
It's all faded.
Silver Surfer number 1.
Oh, that Silver Surfer's cool. 5.
And the last one I got from him in that batch was a Hulk 102.
Ooh, that's the when he comes back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first ongoing issue of Hulk. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
In a 4.5.
That's fine.
I always like that cover. It's a great cover of Transformation.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest with you, Obito, I hoard Silver Age books. I think I have like 3 or 4 copies of that book.
Oh man. You know, as much as I hate to admit it, I genuinely think I don't have a single Silver Age Marvel book.
Really?
Yeah. I have a crap ton of Silver Age DC. I have so many. But when it comes to Marvel, I think I might have one. But the reason being is just because I like DC more, and more often than not, they have better prices. Because Marvel.
I keep telling people that the DC silver and gold keys are way underrated. So
yeah, way undervalued. Yeah.
So I just pick up like the Action Comics, The World's Finest, for like $3 a hit, and I'm like, I'm swimming, you know.
There you go. So Podblast says he has a full run of Silver Surfer Volume 1 and the Hulk 102. Nice.
So I brought a ton of crime books to show you guys if you want.
You're ready to commence committing your crimes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mom, get ready.
She might like.
Get ready for the crime of the century.
So, okay, so we'll do a bit of a crime wave here. Okay, so we'll start with.
Oh, the crime puns keep coming.
Yeah, it's criminal. So yeah, this is Famous Crimes number 1. It's a great Good Girl art cover. It's also mentioned in the Destruction of Innocent. So
nice.
And we got that's Famous Crimes number 1. Then we got Murder Incorporated. You know, you got the gangsters, and this is another Soti book. Okay, so a lot of the crime ones were in the Seduction of the Innocent. Then we got another Murder Incorporated. You know, he's like about to,
Oh.
the police are banging at the door and he's about to shoot them down. So it's just
Nice.
so the reason he didn't like the reason a lot of these were in the Seduction of the Innocent is he didn't like the fact that, you know, see how murder is like really big and then it's incorporated like really small, like so like you'll see that kind of thing where like the bad part is like accentuated and then the you know, for example, like crime does not pay. They'll always make it crime really big and then does not pay. It's like really, really tiny. So
Right.
you
Right.
felt like it was promoting it too much, you know, made it look like the bad guys were cool. So, but yeah, so this is another one. And then we got Underworld True Crime, another Soti book.
Mm. I like that one.
So, yeah. And I don't know why this one's in here. I'm not going to show it. Then we got, I'm not sure if you can see this one, Wanted. It's another Soti book.
That's my
what's
favorite
cool
one
is
so far.
a lot of these ones are like based on true stories. They'll actually, you know, like sometimes they'll even like, this is like a photo of the real guy. Not like it's not a photo, like a sketch of the real guy.
I picked up a few of those that have the actual photos of the most wanted
Yeah.
criminals at the time on the cover.
We got some more famous crimes. This one actually, you can, a lot of these are all Seduction and Innocent ones, but you can pick them up fairly cheaply. It's amazing how inexpensive they are, like under $100 kind of level. Like is my
Wow,
point.
really?
Yep. And they're mentioned in the Seduction and Innocent. They're, you know, kind of cool books too. This is not a cheap book. Okay, so this is more like $3,000 level, but Crimes by Women. This is sort of
They were just talking about that series on Bronze and Modern Gods.
they go for big money.
I know y'all
and-
guys didn't hear it, but when you pulled out the Crimes by Women, my mom was like, "Oh my god!"
This is a big book.
Yeah.
Anything, and it's like the reason I say it's fairly expensive is like the grade, even though it's like a 4 or 5. Usually you see these in like 2.0 kind of level. Like they're usually really, really beaten up. This is from Fox Feature Syndicate, and their books were notoriously like poorly made and just like falling apart. So getting
Well,
it in a reasonable grade is kind of hard.
So this is Obito's mom talking. She says all the old crime books we come across are either insanely expensive or falling apart.
Yeah. And then we got, this was one I picked up recently. It's like guys with like boys fighting guys with like crocodile heads.
You were talking about, we're like, what is going on with this? Is like crime mixed with horror.
I know, it's really weird. And this is what I was talking about. Crime does not pay. See how crime is really big and then does not pay is really small. I got this one for free, so I'm happy with it. It's like a 8.0. Got it thrown in. And this is a really crazy cover. Look at this guy. He's like the crime guys are like leaving him to die. He's dangling over like a knife.
A knife? Oh my goodness.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh,
and
When
this
your arms
one,
give out, you die.
this one is like underrated, undervalued key that you can pick up maybe for around $100 to $200 range, but it should be like a $10,000 book. Like seriously, I'm not even joking about that. It sounds like craziness, but look at this one.
Oh, it's like that one. It's a play on the one with the skeleton.
Well, you know, Chamber of Chills 19, right? That's
Where
the
you're
famous
looking
one
through
with
the
the
scene.
cup. This came out first.
Oh,
6
so
months.
inspiration book, kind of.
Yeah. So generally, inspiration books can go for pretty big money, but this one.
Do you have that Chamber of Chills book?
I don't have the Chamber of Chills book. I want to have it, but
So explain to Obito what the Chamber of Chills book is.
The Chamber of Chills book, it's like a pre-code horror book. The girl's like holding a glass, like a wine glass near her face. And through the wine glass, you can see her face is all like skeleton. It was used
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah, it was used on the record for the Misfits.
Mhm.
And it's just a classic. It's probably one of the most famous pre-code horror covers of all time.
That's a skeleton hand holding the glass too, right?
That's true. Yeah, that's also a big part of it. So yeah, so I don't know. This was kind of cool. Like, so what you have is like she's like, you can see the guy is about to shoot her in the back through the mirror, through the wine glass. Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And then we got
Do
some
you-
police cases.
Nice.
I just thought this is a beautiful cover. I just love this cover.
Great headlights cover there.
Headlights cover, you know, good girl stuff. And this is a really classic cover.
Oh,
The
that's
Saint.
nice.
Nice girl in bondage, red dress, you know, got it all. This is
Girl in the
Saint
red
number
dress.
1.
She's always in trouble.
She's always in trouble. And got some crime reporter jumping out of a burning building.
Nice.
That one I really like.
It's like Lois Lane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like it. And then I got some crime smashers. This is the first cover appearance of Sally the Sleuth.
Oh, there you
Character
go.
I like.
She
Sally the
appeared in a
Sleuth.
lot of other
What we
books,
got?
right?
Yeah, so she's originally a Platinum Age character. In the
In the
Platinum
Pulse-
Age, she was
Pulse
very
book, right?
spicy.
Yeah, I was going to say, she kind of.
But in the Golden Age, she was very normal, like nothing really sexy. So it's kind of
Right.
disappointing, but, but yeah, but Crime Smashers 1, which I also have, was mentioned in the Seduction of the Innocent as well, because there's a scene where there's like a murder victim like strewn on the lawn. It's kind of but
Nice.
yeah, so I have a bunch of Crime Smashers. I pretty much I'm trying to get the whole run. It's only like 14 issues, so I got like a whole bunch of them. Some of them had really great covers. Like I like this one, for example. It's like got a bit of good girl. Lots of girls in red dresses. Like, see what I'm saying? Yeah.
They're always in trouble.
They're always in trouble. And then I'll show you. And then I'll show you some LB Cole.
Oh, that's a nice cover.
Yeah. For some reason, I don't know why. Whenever I see this cover, I feel like this is a Canadian flag. Looks like a.
Oh, it kind of does look like a Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Almost-
So every
the guy
time I
almost
see
looks
this,
like
I feel
kinda
like
like,
it's a Canadian thing.
The guy looks kind of like Rutger Hauer from, Blade Runner.
Oh,
Looks
really?
like yeah,
Maybe,
almost looks
maybe.
like kind of like a Blade Runner.
And if you
image.
want to see some like more kind of crazy stuff, this is more horror, but it's crime suspense stories. The guy's like about to chop this guy into pieces.
You love.
And then kind of like a big boy book at the very end here is under
I was
Underworld
going to
Crime.
ask you about the hot poker one. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
a great cover.
Yeah, it's just an awesome. I just like the fact that her face is glowing from the light of the poker.
I love the expression on the face of the guy in the background,
Yeah.
the bad guy in the background, as well as her boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah, it's really
is in the
great.
background. They're just the guy was just amazing with his expressions. Who's the artist on that cover?
Good question. Bill Woolfolk?
Huh.
Oh no, that's the writer. I'm not sure who the artist is. Good question. I don't know.
It seems like he would be a much better known artist with the
Yeah,
the
I
amount
mean, it's
of
got so much
expression.
going on. Really well
Yeah.
done.
yeah.
But the artist is not mentioned. It's really weird. So yeah, so those are some of the ones I brought. Just to.
Okay, you got to show him that All Star Comics behind you.
Oh, okay. Let me grab it.
Also,
This is the first Wonder Woman.
Oh man. Or Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
First appearance of
All-Star
Wonder
8.
Woman.
first appearance of Wonder Woman.
Man.
This was my first really big book that I bought.
That's the one you
I
were
bet.
talking about beating the guy up on it, right?
Yeah, I really beat the guy up on this. So I paid 14,000 US for this.
Man.
And it goes for about 40. So
Oh man.
yeah.
That is awesome.
Do you have
I don't
your
know. I forget
your
that.
Phantom Lady? Do you have your Phantom Lady cover handy?
Yeah, it's a surprise. That's a surprise.
I thought
It's
you've
in-
already showed it off. You haven't
I
showed it off
showed
yet?
it to you. I didn't show it off yet.
Oh, I thought you showed it on a
No, it's in the finale for my unboxing.
oh, nobody's gonna see.
How many people are watching this? This is like a
8.
big. Okay,
8,
so
and one
this
of
is a
them is
big
his
deal.
mom, and 3 of them are us.
The
Don't mind
four
the
lucky
sound.
people. see
Okay, so
this.
this is a really big book. This is a really big book. If this wasn't restored, it would be like a $400,000 book. This
That
is
is
Phantom
such an
Lady
amazing book.
17.
8.5 restored, huh?
Yeah. And you know what the restoration is?
Huh.
Somebody
What's that?
cleaned the cover.
I thought
Let's
cleaning was
dirty it up.
loud,
Let's
though.
dirty it up. Let's rub it in some dust and send it back in.
Yeah, so it's really sad. That's what it is. Like there's a little bit of an abrasion here where you can tell that somebody had rubbed the cover clean.
That's so goofy.
That is so goofy. It's just, and so as I said, because of that, I got this for like 14,000.
Oh man.
So that's a huge discount for somebody cleaning the book.
That is one of the golden age books, though. That is like one of the keys of the golden age.
Yeah, this is there's two books that outside of superheroes that have had sort of like, over that $400,000 sale kind of range or close, and that was not even for the highest graded copy. Probably if a highest graded copy of this came out, it'd be close to that $1 million mark. So this is like one of two big books. The other one is Suspense 3, and this would be the next big book that people really want. This is Matt Baker cover.
Yeah,
like kind of super famous cover.
Yeah,
it's considered his best cover.
Podblast is saying that's some CGC idiocy right there.
Yeah, I mean, there is actually a little bit more to the restoration. Well, one sec. Let me read the restoration notes. So it's cleaned, but that was the big thing that I saw. That was the staples were cleaned as well.
Oh my goodness! How dare they?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Do you have your Sensation 1 handy?
Maybe I can grab it if you really want to see it. Do you want to see the Sensation 1?
I'm trying to think of your collection and blowing Obito away here.
Okay, yeah. So
dude, you put me in a tight spot. I don't know how I'm gonna top that.
You don't want to have to follow him, that's for sure.
I know. I'm like looking at my books. I'm like, I got some Lois Lane.
Hey, Lois Lane is cool, man. From some of my shorts, the best watch through I've had on those has been Lois Lane and Black.
So I grabbed my Sensation 1. So this is the first cover appearance of Wonder Woman. And it's her first ongoing series.
That's killer.
It's a cool cover.
It's a beautiful cover.
Yeah. And then, strangely enough, when I grabbed that, another book came with it.
Was it Wonder Woman #1?
No, it's just some... this
Love and Rockets. That's a good book.
This is actually a really hard book to get. Like a really hard book to find.
Yeah. The Hernandez brothers. If you're not familiar with that Obito, that's a 80s book, right? 80s?
Yeah. Yeah, 1982.
From the indie boom. And still coming out, isn't it? It's just very sporadic when it comes out.
Yeah, it's like an ongoing series. It's very like, underground comic kind of level. 1
or 2 issues a year.
Yeah. But it's one of those ones where, it's one of the ones that's associated with the underground comics movement, I would say.
Right.
Like one of the biggest in terms of that. Actually, I knew some comic shops that were named after this comic.
So that kind of bridges I think that bridges the gap between the R. Crumb kind of stuff and like Cerebus. It's kind of in between those two.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was just like I have like all my big slabs like all together, like where they're like the oversized slabs.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a cool book, man.
Yeah.
That's a cool book for sure.
So, yeah. So those are some of the things. Okay, I will show one more big book. This is a crime book, sort of, but it is a big book. You'll notice that I buy things that even are restored. I don't really care if it's restored or not restored. I just want the book.
Give him your spiel on Restored.
Do I have a new spiel on Restored?
No, I was like, give Obito your spiel on Restored.
Okay, so I'll give the spiel based on this one book. Okay, this is Fleece Comics #1. First appearance of Plastic Man. First appearance of Phantom Lady.
Man,
so
that's cool.
It's a cool book. So I actually bid on several copies of this. There was a 2.0 that I bid on. And I thought I'd win it at like $5,000, okay, for a 2.0. It went up to $13,000. Okay. I was like, oh crap. There's no way. I just was way outbid. Okay. And then I met a guy who had a 3.0, I believe it was a 3.0. He was willing to sell it to me for like maybe 14. He wanted like 18,000 for it. I was going to try to talk him down to 14. Okay. But then this book came up for auction. Okay. This is 7.0, and the restoration is color touch, pieces added, centerfold, reinforced. Okay. And it's also a pedigree book as well. So yeah, so kind of a bunch of cool things going on for this book, but it is restored. I got this for $5,000. So a 0.5 sells for about $5,000.
Dang.
So it doesn't even make sense. Like why? Like,
if you had the restoration removed from that, it would still be a higher grade. Yeah, it'd still be a higher grade than the 0.5 that sells for a 5,000.
Yeah.
It's still like worth how much if it was a 6? How much would it be worth?
Probably I'm gonna guess like 40.
Yeah, that's goofy.
Doesn't make any sense. So I got it like so cheap. It's like doesn't even make sense. Yeah. So I was quite happy to get this book for such a great price. And like I don't mind the restoration. It presents really well. It's like it's an awesome book.
Yeah.
You know?
Podblast says that is the definition of luck.
And like one of the first comics that I tried to get when I like I was always like forced to buy like comics based on what my parents would allow me to have. They would always get me like Disney comics, like and like you know sort of more that kind of stuff, like Richie Rich, Uncle Scrooge and stuff. I went on a school trip once, okay, like in my teens, and I was able to go to a comic shop, okay, and I was like, oh, I gotta get a cool character, so I wanted to get Plastic Man, his first appearance.
Oh, right, I remember this story.
And so I went to the guy and I said, hey, I'd like to get the first appearance of Plastic Man, and he says, okay, here's the book over here, and it was like Plastic Man #1. Like whatever 3rd or 4th series, I don't know what it is. But
you didn't know any better.
I didn't know any better. Back then there was no internet. You couldn't look this stuff up. So I was like, oh, I have the first appearance of Plastic Man. I paid $2 for the book. It's still worth about $2. But it was like, I was like so keen. And then later on, somebody's like, no, that's not the first appearance of Plastic Man. You're an idiot. And then I learned that this was the first appearance. So I was like, so this was like, a childhood dream to get the first appearance of Plastic Man. And I finally got it this year. So this was a big book for me.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And now you were just trying to redeem. It's that whole thing, like you're saying your kids, you want your kids to say that you're cool. You didn't want anybody to say you were an idiot anymore.
Well, yeah, basically. I think people still think I'm an idiot, but yeah, but at least I have cool books.
You're the smartest idiot I know, Alan.
Okay, cool. So those are the ones that I have other stuff I could show, but I don't want to torture people. You guys should be on the screen too. Okay.
All right. Well, Obito, he's got to follow you. So.
Okay. So show all your big books now, Obito.
All my big books?
Yeah, like
he's like, how am I supposed to follow
where's
that?
Action 1 and
okay. Okay, I'll get the big books later. I already have a stack here. I have to dig through some boxes for the big books. So I got a stack of Silver Age DC here. Like I said, I'm big on Silver Age DC. Most of this stuff I got for like really, really cheap. Some of it is like 2.5, 3.0 condition. Some of it's no
Wow.
joke could get like a 9. So, and one of the books in here is a very big book, and to me, honest to God, it might be my best book, like in my whole collection. So we'll get to that when we get to that. So this right here, this Justice League 61. It's just a cool cover with all the heads. Yeah, awesome cover there. Paid like 15 for that.
Nice.
With Lois Lane, 76. A little bit of some scandalous action here. Demon in a Bottle.
I collect Lois Lane. That's really great. Yeah, I like.
Oh, dude, I love
bikini
Lois
cover.
Lane.
Yeah,
I love Lois Lane.
she's awesome.
This one's a bit of a key. This is Justice League 55. This is the first Silver Age appearance of the Golden Age Robin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's like a 3.5. It's a little rough. I paid $3 for it though, and it was free shipping.
Wow, that's great.
$50. Wow, that's a great deal.
Oh yeah, this one, I think this one is like one of my mom's personal favorites. Funny story. She's been wanting this book for like a very, very long time, and we got it like last week, I want to say. It's not that big of a key, but like it's just a cool book. This is the second appearance of the Super Sons, World's Finest 157. Yeah, it's just a cool book. It would get a purple label. If it would get a purple label if I were to grade it because there's some tape on it. So
no tape. You'll get a blue label with tape.
Oh yeah, okay, maybe not then. I thought I heard somewhere that we get a purple label. This is Adventure Comics 407.
Nice books.
Yeah, thank you. This is Adventure Comics 407. This is when Supergirl was taken over for a bit. A book I really want is Adventure whatever number. That's her first solo series. I have a 7.5 of that in my eBay cart right now.
Nice.
I'm considering it, but yeah, we have some more Lois Lane. This is 84. No joke, this is like a 9.0.
By the way, wait. You want the first Supergirl series, right? Where she makes it's her first title, and then it's within some other title, right?
Yeah, it's her first solo series. Or
Adventure Comics. She's running with a whole bunch of purple gowns.
I have it, but I also saw it recently on My Comic Shop on auction. You might be able to pick it up cheaper.
Maybe. We'll talk more about it after because I'm very interested. We have this is Lois Lane, 84. Very, very good condition. This is like legit like a 9, 8.5. She's behind bars.
That's
this
Neil
is
Adams.
Neil Adams, yes.
Neil Adams cover, yeah.
She's behind bars. Superman's like, she's deranged. Put her away.
They always had things where he's betraying her.
Yeah. So
he's ripping her spacesuit open in space.
Yeah, that's what
that's what I really want. The spacesuit one I really want.
But he's breaking the tube, right? He's breaking her
there's actually two of them where he's ripping the tube, or he's throwing her out into space. Two different issues of Lois Lane.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Jimmy Olsen 116. What was that thing where it's like they used to put gorillas on the cover because they used to sell more? I think this is one of those. There's a gorilla on the cover.
I have that.
You have this one? Yeah.
That was actually my first Jimmy Olsen book that I ever picked up. I picked it up in a dollar bin like 30 years ago.
Yeah, this is my second Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah, it used to be. They said if they put a gorilla on the cover or somebody running with a machine gun on the cover, and then so one of the artists came to his editor and he said, "What do you think of this?" And he put a gorilla running with a machine gun. That's a legit cover that is just amazing from the Silver Age.
Well, one of the best covers that I have for like gorilla covers is gorillas with like swastikas, like Nazi gorillas with machine guns.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so this is House of Mystery 165, featuring Dial H for Hero. It's a cool kind of thing. It's kind of like a Ben 10, in a sense. Pretty much, they have a phone dial, and whatever dial you press, you become a different hero.
Yeah.
So
you can actually pick up his first appearance fairly cheaply. I picked it up for like $30.
Last night, I was looking at his first appearance, and I was thinking about it. Yeah, this is Adventure Comics 3, not Adventure, Action Comics 354. Superman, he's trying to beat up a little kid, but he's just too strong. He's just too strong, this kid. This one, I think it's like a minor key. I paid like $5 for it. It's decent condition, like an 8, 7.5. This is Adventure Comics 375. I think like first team appearance of the Wanderers or something. Yeah, so it's a cool book. Yeah, I like that one.
So, that's Bouncing Boy. That Legion of
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Yeah. Legion of Superheroes, Bouncing Boy. This one I think is the best condition Silver Age book that I have. I think this, no joke, could get like a 9.2. It's super nice looking.
Another Neil Adams cover.
Another Neil Adams cover. It's Action Comics 374.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
That's a great cover too.
I like Neil Adams a lot. His stuff's great.
Neil Adams is great. Now to the big one. This is, I think, I don't know if it's my biggest book I have and like my best book, but I would say it is. I say that with a caveat because there's one really big defect with it. But this is Doom Patrol 86.
Wow.
This is a really big book. This is the first Doom Patrol. This is the first Doom Patrol in their own title. This is also the first appearance of the Brotherhood of Evil, which includes characters like the Brain, Madame Rogue, Mr. Nobody. Big characters. And
but the most important thing is a gorilla with a machine gun.
Gorilla machine gun. I was about to say I don't remember his name, but he's a part of it. This is a big book.
Monster Mala.
Monster Mall. There you go. Thank you. This book, I think I want to say I got it for like $40 or something.
Oh wow. That's
a good price. But there's a thing with it. So right here on the, not right there, wrong side. So over here, there's like this big rip on it, huge rip, like taking up almost the entire cover. Honestly,
like almost like a tape pull or something, or
I don't know. No, it's just like a huge rip, like all the way down here.
So like it's torn. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
it's not torn off. Like it's still attached, but
it's like almost like a bit of the cover's been ripped off or something.
Yeah, like 3/4 of the book has been torn off, and it's like almost like a little bit of sun damage here or something like that. But yeah, so that's the big thing with it. But honestly, besides that, it's really, really good looking. It presents nicely. You'd
probably get like a 2.0, 2.5 for it.
2.5, and I was looking on eBay. 2.0s, 2.5s were selling for like in the hundreds. So, I mean, I think I got a good deal on it. I really, really like Doom Patrol. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I would say.
Number on that?
Huh?
What was the issue number on that?
86.
86. It's Doom Patrol 86.
Yeah, it was a different title before then. It was
like My Strange Adventure or something like that.
Yeah, it was My Strange Adventure.
Yeah.
And they were introduced in 80, and then they 86 they became their own title. So yeah, that is, I would say, probably the biggest book I own. Maybe not. I mean, I do have some big.
And a lot of people think that Doom Patrol is really X-Men.
Yeah, they were X-Men before X-Men. They predate.
Yeah, they were like the kind of the what X-Men was ripping off.
Exactly. I love Doom Patrol. I got into them because of the show on HBO.
Yeah.
I thought it was hilarious and I loved it. So I started watching that, and then I started reading the comics. Yeah. And like I was reading their, I think it was their 80s run.
Yeah, it's the Grant Morrison run.
Yeah, Grant Morrison run. Great run. I had a lot of fun.
You can pick up that run. Well, at least it used to be cheap. I'm not sure if it's still cheap, but it used to be pretty cheap, like, a couple dollars a book kind of level.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I'm kind of spoiling my own next video coming up here, but I got my first ever signed CGC book, and it was a Grant Morrison Doom Patrol 9.6 signed by Scott Hanna, who was the interior artist for the book. Yeah, that's I got that for like $40 or something like that. I think it should be here tomorrow. I got it from my comic shop actually. So
wow, that's such a deal! Like $40 for a signed, like that's awesome. Crazy.
They were asking 50, and I offered 40, and they took it. So
I love when you have that option, best offer. That's so great. You can get some deals.
Well, the one thing I hate is when they have that thing, but they just decline all your offers. Like there was this one Silver Age Green Lantern pedigree that I was thinking about getting. And he was asking like 130 or something. And I kept throwing him like a whole bunch of offers, trying to get into this whole thing. And on eBay, you can only get 5. So on the final offer, I offered him like $100, and he countered back with $1 less than the regular price. And I was like, okay, dude.
Oh my gosh.
It's funny. Okay. Don't ever buy anything from my comic shop. Never buy it on eBay.
Yeah. Well, I
Don't
got
buy
it from
on-
eBay. It was a great price.
No. My point is, don't buy it from eBay. You can save 20% immedially if you buy it from
So
my
they jack
comic
their
shop
prices
direct.
up to cover the eBay
On-
fees.
Like on they have a website.
Yeah, if you go to their website, it's immediately 20% off.
You know what? That's actually really good to know because when I get my next paycheck, they had this specific Green Lantern key that I wanted. So now I can save 20% off. Thank you for that. Why not?
Yeah,
All right, you got it,
Why
bud.
not?
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
that
take
makes
you
a
off
huge
of the.
difference.
There you go. We'll go back. I will show some more slabs that I've got. And Obito, you know, Alan and I are old geezers who've been collecting and have lots of money, and you got the leg up on us. You're starting out now, and don't
Oh,
ever
yeah.
feel like, you know.
I don't got to worry about taxes or nothing.
Well, I think
I got-
one good thing is if you're getting into comics right now is the best time because the market is so bad. Like for
Right.
comics.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the time to buy. This is like the best time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I got a 101 X-Men for
Ooh,
Phoenix.
Nice.
he's flexing.
8.5. Picked that up from my buddy Trav.
I got a lower grade copy of that I got graded, and they said, "Oh, it's going to be a high grade." And it was like a 3 or something.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see through the case, but there's just a little tiny divot off the corner of the book. That's the only flaw with it. Otherwise, it's
Wow.
immaculate.
That's really nice. Did you get that graded, or was that you bought it graded?
No, it was Trav. I still have to do my video of my one and only submission to CGC where it was a nightmare. But got this one from Dave.
Oh wow. What grade? 2.5. Nice.
2.5. The first supervillain team up in the Marvel Universe. Fantastic Four number 6. Second appearance of Dr. Doom.
Nice.
Currently digging for the big hitters.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm like sweating. I live in Texas and it's really hot.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
it's really hot here too.
And
I
this
love that one.
Yeah, the variant cover for the first silk. And I don't know if you can see, but it's signed by Humberto Ramos
Oh, nice.
across the torso there. He's the artist for that one. I showed these on a video the other day, but so I'm sorry if anybody's watching that's already seen them. But first Deadpool, not a rare book by any stretch of the imagination, but picked it up for a song. Trav was offering it to me for I think like around $200 for
200.
For the first Deadpool. That's a good deal.
That's an amazing deal, man.
Yeah, it's a newsie too. Yeah, Podboss just said, "Hey, that's a newsstand too." Speaking of newsstand, so this one I think this book is underrated.
I always thought that book was underrated.
Oh, first Nightwing. That's a cool one.
Yeah, this is a newsstand 9.6.
Considering how popular Nightwing is, that book is intensely underrated.
Yeah, I think I paid like $125 for this.
That's
I
it?
think it's it was insane the amount of money I paid. I was like, what?
Wow.
I have a funny story with that book.
And then last slab I have to show off.
Oh, I love that book.
Conan
I always felt like
1.
that was the Barry Windsor Smith classic cover.
I mean, it's one of his early works too. I mean, it's not him at like his most recognizable style, but it's a good book for sure. Did I ever tell you the story, Alan, about going to the junk shop and they had the first Red Sonja and the 2 copies of the second Red Sonja and a whole bunch of other stuff, and I made them an offer for all the books they had. she goes, "Oh well, wait." She told me all the books were 5.0 or less grade,
Okay.
and I'm looking at them. I'm like, these are not 5.0, but I'm like, okay, and
All right.
I'm
I
looking
like
at them,
when
and I made
people
an offer
undergrade
based
their
on the
books.
grade that she quoted, and then she says, "Well, that doesn't really add up to the prices." So she had been looking up asking price on eBay, not sold price.
Oh
So
wow.
she says, "Well, I have to go ask a friend of mine. They belong to a friend of mine." And I was showing her what a 5.0 went for in one of the apps that I had. I don't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Well, what is that app that you're using?" And of course, stupidly, I told her. And she says, "Well, we'll get back to you." Well, then he just kept putting me off, putting me off, putting me off. And so, like, I was holding on to this money for this batch of books for like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, she goes, I got a hold of her, and she goes, "No, we've decided that we're sending all the books to CGC to get graded, and we're going to sell them on eBay after they're slabbed." And I was just like, ugh.
Yeah, I hate
I
that
should
kind
have
of
bought them.
thing.
They had what's the Swamp Thing 8, the one where he's coming out of the waters, the classic cover that
Yeah.
everyone thinks is #1. They had that for like $10. I should have just bought the key books that I wanted, rather than make an offer on everything, kicking myself afterwards. But
yeah, I hate that thing where you miss out. Like, I did something where some book became really, really hot. Okay. And there was like, I forgot what book it was, but it was like some book. Everyone had it, like, it was like featured on Comic Tom or something like that, right? And it was a cool book, regardless. Even before Comic Tom, I was trying to get this one book, and everyone had it instantly at $100 or some crazy price, and this one guy still had it at the old price, like $10 or best offer.
Oh no!
So I was like, okay, you put that best offer in there. I'll like put in.
just paid the $10.
So like that's it was like I put in like a best offer of $8, and the guy delisted the item and then put it back up for $100.
Oh no! And you're like,
man,
you should have just paid the $10.
I should have just bought it. I should have just.
All right.
It's like sometimes you get a little too.
I was just like, I'm like, okay, you quoted that everything's a 5.0 or less, so here's what a 5.0 goes for. You have these priced higher
why
than.
Why did you do that?
5.0.
Why
What's that?
Why did you tell them that their books are worth more than they are?
No, I didn't tell them they were worth more. I said, you said that. I didn't tell. I just said, you said they're a 5.0. This is what a 5.0 goes for. Like the 5.0 was like, let's say the 5.0 was like 65, and they had it marked at like 110.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, if we're going by a 5.0, then this is what these books should be worth. And then he's like, well, let me ask
that's
the person.
That's a red flag already. Like, I don't really like those kind of dealers where they always list they list their books more than what the fair market value is already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's the same place. It's a place. It's a store it's an antique mall, and I know where it is, and there's the one booth that has a stack of Silver Age Daredevils going down into the single digits, but they're all marked at like about twice what they should be marked.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, it happens. You always like kick yourself over the ones you miss out on. Like, we never
upset about the ones you got. It's the ones you missed on, right?
Yeah. Like so many big books that I missed out on. I'm still upset with myself for what's it called? Suspense Tales of Suspense 39. I could have picked it up for like $100 or something like that or something. It's just like,
yikes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I got my books.
Okay, so you have anything else you want to show, Alan?
I can if you want. I brought a bunch. I have always lots. I mean, I'm in a comic room.
You're in a
I
room
can,
with
like,
nothing
literally
but
show
comics. You
whatever.
can show whatever you want. Does your mom have any more requests, Obito?
Let me ask. My young spot.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
nostalgic. I agree. Well, actually, sometimes when they pull out the Overstreet nowadays, unless
Okay.
it's the Overstreet that
But
just
nah.
came out. I mean,
Well, actually, I'd love it if they pull out the Overstreet guide. I'm like so down with that. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get a deal because the Overstreet guide's like usually way out of whack with the real prices.
oh, did they? So, did they print one that came out after the boom?
That could be an issue. I think they have. But still, even so, usually the prices are much lower. Because I think all
Yeah.
they do is they raise the prices like across board, maybe 10%, 5-10%.
Yeah, it seems like that if they printed one that had all the boom prices in it, I could
Like,
see that being an issue because everything will be like, way higher than it should be.
yeah, but I don't think so. I don't think that they're like, I don't think it's that way. I even think that their interpretation of the boom is like that they didn't even like factor it in. Like, I don't even know if they adjust their pricing that much. You know what I mean? Where they look
Yeah.
at what the market is doing. Because it's just so out of line. Like, I buy stuff on Heritage all the time, right? And like they'll show, like on Heritage, they always show what Overstreet is saying the book is going for. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And like, it's like, let's say it's like $100 on Overstreet. Well, the bid by that point's already at 400. It's like just out of whack. Like, it's just, and
Wow.
then and I'm thinking, actually, even at 400, that's a pretty good price.
Right.
So that's just how out of whack the Overstreet guide can be. It's just.
So did your mom have any requests?
No, she said she loved it. She loved all of it. So show
Okay.
whatever.
Show whatever. She loves it all.
Loves
Just
it all.
you got to show the whole room now, Alan.
Show the whole room. Did she ever watch my channel?
Honestly, she doesn't watch much YouTube, but I'll always like kind of come to her like, "Hey, check out this video." And,
I need more women to watch my channel. I think it's like 1% are women. Or
We were
less.
talking about the other day. I said when I used to not show my face, I had a lot more female viewership.
Dude, I haven't checked mine in a while, but I think it is 0%.
Yeah, it's like I think they round up to 1% on my channel. It's like,
I'm at like 18% or something like that for a female viewership.
Really?
So,
That's
yeah.
pretty good. Maybe you're a bit of a hottie for them.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm non-threatening.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Women just don't like my channel, but.
Speaking, I just did a. So actually, I was telling Obito I wanted to talk about the comic book shout out. So I want to encourage people to make more shout out videos. I kind of feel like we're losing a little bit of steam. I just mailed out the package for Mon Comics for his sketch, and there are a few extra goodies in there that I'm sure he will be excited to share with everybody when he gets it. So, but I do want to encourage everybody to continue making the hashtag comic book shout out videos. We're getting more people.
I'll try to make one on the weekend. Like,
That'd be awesome. Yeah, we're getting more people sending in prize support for the giveaways. Did you see Mon Comics is sending in that 30-year-old 2-pack of X-Men figures, Obito?
I did not see that.
Oh. Yeah, he's throwing into the pot a 30-year-old original X-Men the animated series pack of 2-pack with Bishop and Apocalypse in it.
But it's an error edition too. I think
the names are flip-flopped on the packaging.
I think it's actually maybe something that's more valuable than he realizes.
Yeah, no, it's a cool giveaway, Adam, for sure.
Speaking of that, let me just get this book out now.
So, yeah, it's some cool stuff. So I do want to encourage people. I just did a video today for a new channel I came across called Karen's Pages.
Okay.
So it's kind of a play on the Karen Page is Daredevil's girlfriend. So it's a woman named Karen, and she collects original comic art as well as some big boy keys and stuff. So very cool channels. I just definitely encourage you guys to check her out. She's only got I want to say she has 250 subs. She's got maybe 10 videos. Real
well, that's
real
good
great
for 10 videos.
Yeah, real great production quality. She has a. Do you remember the old '80s toys mask, Alan?
Yes, I do know that.
So she has a page from the Mask comic book,
Oh,
and she
nice.
did a short video where she edits in the Mask theme song from the cartoon with showing the panels on the page, and it is so cool. I was just like,
Wow.
yeah, I was just blown away. So
I'm always
definitely
impressed by people's editing skills since I have none. I have none myself.
Legion of Comics says, "What's happening here?"
Yo, Legion, I watch all the time.
We are showing books. Alan has been taking requests from. Well, he took a request from Obito's mom to show a bunch of really cool crime books.
Mm-hmm.
And Obito's been showing us all the amazing finds he's been finding in the wild, and I've been showing my random things that I acquire.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So who wants to go next, Alan or Obito?
It's up to doesn't matter to me.
You're
I'm good.
gonna follow
I guess
Alan again? We'll let's throw Alan on the spot again.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, I'll just grab. Okay, so I got some random books here. The first one I want to show you is actually I always like sort of saying why the heck I buy these random books. So this one is Patsy Walker. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is Patsy Walker 106. So you got to remember that number.
Okay.
The cool thing about this book is it is the very first time that any company did this. See this little thing in the window?
Corner box. Corner box.
Yeah, corner box. That's the first time it was ever done.
Box, huh?
First corner box. Isn't that cool?
That's
very cool.
Yeah. So first corner box comic. That's what it is.
That is super cool.
And it's on Patsy Walker 106. And it's like, bit of a sexy cover too. I like.
That's one of those like fine comics comic right there.
Yeah. And speaking of cool comics, we got some more LB Cole, some tentacle.
Oh wow, I love the colors on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's always very orange, like his stuff. I find very orange.
Oranges and greens, it seems like, and then a weird yellow that he always has worked in there.
Yeah. But there's so many details. The more you look at it, the more you realize that there's a lot extra stuff going on his stuff. And
super cool.
Another thing with me is like when I watch other people's videos, I look at their back wall. And I was watching, Joe from Black Box Silver and Bronze.
Uh-huh.
And he always has this book in the background. And I'm like, oh, I really like this book. It's just such a cute book. It's Tippy Teen.
Oh, there you go.
Isn't it a cute cover? I don't know.
That is a cute cover. Easter Bunny.
So I buy things from people's backgrounds that I think just sort of subliminally make me want to buy them after a while. And then we got Sands of the South Pacific. Nice, good.
She's just like calmly sitting there while there's like a fist fight going on in the background.
Yeah, that's what women do. They just sort of sit around, watch the guys fight.
Like, oh,
but she has a dagger in her hand, so she's gonna finish off whoever.
Oh, she's ready for whatever happens.
Yeah, she's ready for the fight my way.
She's acting all like innocent and but then she's got the knife there. Actually, I should almost show that book. Another book. And we got some Chamber of Chills.
Ooh, that's a cool cover.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Some nice kind of electrocution almost but it's like lightning and graveyard.
Legion says that she definitely started the fight. The guy with the knife.
Yeah, you never know. Usually it's like the women start the fight and the guys have to kill each other. This is another cool one. This is Black Cat.
Black Cat.
This is like kind of a witch burning one. It's the witch burning her as a witch, which is kind of fun.
So she started as that kind of a horror book, right? And then went to a Western.
No, other way around. So she started out as a superhero.
Okay.
So her first thing was she's a Hollywood starlet that basically the guy that's producing a film that she's in is like he's a Nazi.
Okay.
And he's he's like embedding like codes into the movies. like so that they can use the movies to sort of tell all the spies within America
I got
what to
$1
do.
for every time that's happened to me. I mean,
I know, yeah. So she finds this out, and she dons this costume, and she like starts fighting crime after that. So
gotcha.
but yeah, so it starts that way. Then it goes into like normally she's riding a motorcycle. Then she goes into more of a Western style where she's riding a horse all over the place. And then it goes into horror. It just goes right into horror. And then later comes back full circle back to her again. And she actually gets put out of her own book for a while. So yeah, but when it's horror, like some of those books are really, really crazy expensive. The Black Cat mysteries.
Legion says, didn't she steal his film props for her suit?
Well, yeah, sort of. It was like a film prop, yeah, like a costume, yeah.
And he says she should definitely not be riding a horse in that outfit.
I don't think it'd be the best. And we got some more Patsy Walker here. I'm actually going to show you a really cool Patsy Walker. This is Patsy Walker number 32, which is not just nothing key about this book. It's just Patsy Walker, early Patsy Walker.
Czar Collectibles saying hi.
Yeah, hi.
Hello, hello.
Hi. Hello. I'm going to show you a really cool Patsy Walker.
That is a big supporter of my channel. Thank you for coming.
So this is Patsy Walker number 1.
Oh, nice.
Are you guys familiar with Patsy Walker?
Yeah, she's becomes the Black Cat.
She becomes
the cat.
Hellcat,
yeah.
Yeah, Hellcat. So yeah, but I always like this cover. It's like a good girl art cover.
So she originally was a kind of a romance good girl comic, and then becomes way later on. She's an original Atlas character, right? And she just keeps hanging out, and eventually becomes a superhero later on.
Yeah.
Later on,
way later, like in the 70s, like Bronze Age. So she's a golden age character.
I believe she's in the what's it called? The Alias show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they put her in there.
That's cool.
Yeah. So Sleepy Reader, I just did a hashtag comic book shout out for somebody that you follow. I saw that we both follow for Karen's pages. So
okay.
Sleepy Reader is also a connoisseur of the original art. I've watched on his channel a few times where he's showing off some artwork. He has some amazing original Conan pages.
Oh, nice.
Quite an impressive collection.
I wish I had more original art. I don't really have much original art, but
Legion says we would be familiar with Patsy Walker, but you bought all the copies.
Yeah, so this is I know, different genre. This is girl again wearing red in some bondage issues there. This is Space Detective, another cool series, sci-fi.
Sleepy says Karen's pages is a really neat channel. I agree.
I
was really
not seen that channel, so I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
And then we got some Disney stuff. Silly Symphonies.
Silly Symphonies. There we go. That's early Three Little Pigs, right?
This is actually the very first. No, it's actually not the first cover appearance. I was going to say it's the first cover appearance of the Three Little Pigs, but it's not. I'm not sure. There's nothing key about this book, I don't think. People can tell me if I'm wrong, but the first cover appearance of Three Little Pigs is in the Three Little Pigs and the Magic Lamp or something like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Patsy is incredibly hard to find. So I think the census count on this one is like less than 20.
For that number 1.
Yeah. And this is like, usually it's like $1,000 a point, I think is the way you can kind
of. That's
at
2.5.
Yeah.
I didn't realize she's wearing roller skates. That's why she's got the pillow strapped to her.
Yeah, she's got the pillow on her butt. That.
Got it.
Yeah, it's really cute. I liked it.
Cool.
Okay, I'll show you some Silver Age here. Silver Age.
Hey, is that the second race?
Yeah, this is I believe this is the second race.
I love that one.
Yeah. And what else can I show? I'm just grabbing random books that are beside me here. I just haven't organized my books, so. Oh, I love this one. Okay, I just randomly found a cool book. So.
Wings. There we go.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a great bondage one. She's about like, so she's on the ground right now, but all this dust around her is like from the plane that's about to take off, but she's attached to that plane.
That seems like a problem.
Yeah, it's a great bondage cover. So it's a Bob Lures cover.
I like the one you showed me where it's Airboy where she's tied to the propeller.
Yeah, that's a really cool one. It's right there, actually.
That is a great cover.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. Do you want me to show
Zars asks if any X-Men clips, but Zars, I just showed a huge chunk of maybe like probably 20, 25
Yeah, he
issues
showed a whole
of
bunch.
the Byrne Claremont run.
So the first run of X-Men that I personally got was 1 through 20. That was the run I got. I got them just before the prices went crazy.
I got a couple X-Men books in my pile here, so stay tuned.
Okay, so how about you
Stay
let
tuned, Zars.
Obito show some
X-Men
stuff?
to be shown. All right. Are we going to switch over to Obito?
Yeah, switch over to Obito.
You got it. All right. Putting you on the spot, buddy.
All right, put me on the spot.
Oh, and he ducks out of frame.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, one more book.
All right, you're on.
So here are two slabs. These are my quote-unquote big hitters, this stack and these two slabs. I already mentioned this one, X-Men 248, first Jim Lee on X-Men. Awesome cover.
And how much did you get that for?
$15.
$15.
That is an amazing book for that price.
This one is an awesome front and back cover. This is Marvel Comics Presents number 192, white pages.
Oh, that's a great one.
Oh,
Show
yeah.
the back
Yeah,
cover of that. It's really awesome.
Awesome.
What year did that one
Man,
come
thank
out,
you.
Obito? Was that 93, 94? What year?
88.
88. Oh, the year before I graduated high school.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to some Raws. This is a Joker number 2.
Oh, nice.
Awesome Bronze
There
Age
you
book
go.
here. Awesome
Yeah.
cover. I pulled this out because someone mentioned X-Men animated series, X-Men Adventures 1, first Morph.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get this for that. I got it because Jubilee was on the cover, and I really, really like Jubilee.
That
This
book is
is
taken
I
off
only
with
got
that
that book
X-Men
recently,
97 series coming out. What's that?
yeah.
I only picked that book up recently. It was on my want list for like 30 years. I just never picked it up.
I'll just go ahead and show this. Speaking of Jubilee, this one was gifted to me. This is X-Men 244, first appearance of
nice.
Jubilee. Yeah.
No.
This one was a really, really big personal book of mine to get because I love Jubilee. And this was one of the books that dude sent me with all my wish list books. Yeah, this was one
Yeah.
of them. This one, some Silver Age action. We got Detective Comics 356, first appearance and origin of the Outsider, who is this guy right here. Not that guy, that's Robin.
Yeah.
That dude right there. And it is later revealed that is actually Alfred. So it's a cool little story if you haven't read it. Recommend it.
Cool.
This one isn't the key, but it's signed. It's Aquaman number 1, signed by Peter David. You kind of see it up here.
Nice.
Yeah. That's a cool one. Yeah. Okay, this one isn't a super expensive book, but it's big to me because this is like my entire childhood almost. This is Street Fighter from Malibu Comics number 1.
I thought that was a big book.
That's
now.
a big book.
Yeah, I thought that was a big book.
Is it?
Yeah.
I got it for $2.
Yeah, that is a
No, I
big
think
book
it's more
now.
like $100 book.
Oh wow, I did good. This is like a 9.8 contender. It's really nice looking.
That's actually a good book.
Yeah,
Does it have
Malibu
the
number 1.
limited edition? Does it have a serial number on it, or is it the unlimited one?
I don't see a barcode on it. So.
Okay, so there's two different versions of that one. There's one that has like a foil stamped serial number, and then there's the unlimited print run. But it's still a good book to have for sure.
Oh yeah, and Street Fighter is like a really, really big deal to me. I grew up playing that in arcades, and I still play it to this day. While I'm talking about that, let me show you this. This is not comic book related.
First appearance of like a lot of the characters from Street Fighter, like
first appearance of Ryu, Chun-Li, Blanca, Ken, the God, all of them. So this isn't a comic book. Since I'm talking about Street Fighter, I might as well show it. This is my biggest purchase of anything ever. This is a custom arcade stick that I
Oh,
got
wow.
specifically to play Street Fighter. Yeah. So
Nice.
the stick,
So do you
the
have
stick
like
by
the
itself,
old like?
yeah,
Wow.
it's pretty cool. So the stick itself was $200, but then I got custom buttons. I got a custom lever because usually it's like a ball top. I like these baseball bat ones. And then I added some custom artwork in it, like this one.
So and
Uh,
how do you play that? So it like connect to your TV or whatever? Or
you connect it to whatever system. So like I play on the PlayStation, you connect it to your PlayStation, and it works as is like a regular controller. So
wow,
I grew up in the arcades playing this, so I had to get
that's
this.
really cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it was like $300, $400. I'm not
I'm
proud of it.
surprised that you actually played in the arcade before. Like I wouldn't think.
Oh yeah, dude, that was like my entire life as a kid. I played like Marvel vs. Capcom. I still
thought-
play it to this day.
I thought all arcades were
So how
gone.
old are you? How old are you, Obito?
16. I'm 16.
You can't say my entire life as a kid. You're still a kid.
I know I'm still a kid. Matter of fact, why I'm still talking about I'm
I
getting
always
super
like when
psyched
kids
on
say that. You know, it's like
All right,
Yeah.
you're a young man. I'll say you're a young man. There you go.
it. Yeah, why I'm getting super sidetracked, but one of my first ever games like the first fighting game I ever played was Marvel vs. Capcom 1. I saw it and it was like I saw Spider-Man and Wolverine. I thought it was awesome. This game, this is Marvel vs. Capcom 3, released I think it was in 2011. That game,
That's a
I've
valuable
sunk in.
game.
I want
I'm
to
surprised
say
that you even seen an arcade. I'm actually in
Dude.
disbelief of that.
I love fighting games so much. No joke, that game, I think I want to say I have 4,000 hours I put into that game.
Wow, the
Yeah,
last time I saw an arcade, like a real like arcade where you go into it and play games and stuff, I think it was like 20, 30 years ago. I don't know.
We have a few up here. They're called Wonderland, and they're like, yeah,
I
they're,
have seen those actually. I shouldn't say
yeah,
I
they're
haven't seen any, but
they're still
I mean,
around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still around. There was this one before I moved to where I live, where I used to go all the time, and they had like a ton of those like fighting type games that I loved. But in terms of like around me, there's not really any, so I just kind of have to get
do
games
they
as
have
they
like
come out.
retro games in them and stuff? Or
Oh yeah, like Street Fighter 2. I actually have. Obviously I can't bring it to you because it's in the living room. I have a Street Fighter 2 arcade cabinet, like a real arcade
wow,
cabinet.
that's
Yeah,
really cool.
yeah,
Somebody said Zars says Dave and Buster's. Still
Yeah,
kind of an
Oh,
arcade
Dave and
thing.
Buster's. That's true. Actually, I've been to Dave and Buster's. That's right.
Yeah, the
But
place,
yeah, I guess
the
so.
Wonderland was called the Wonderland when I was a kid was called Nickel Wonderland, and it was Nickel Arcade.
But I'm
So all
thinking
the
like
games
the
had
more
been
true
converted over to
arcades,
take
right?
nickels. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that Marvel versus Capcom game though. I found a copy of number 2 at a yard sale, and I think I got $200 for that.
For the
Dude, that
game?
is one of the greatest fighting games ever created. It's an amazing. People still play that game to this day. Yeah.
Wow.
I actually, when I was in New York, I went to New York for my birthday, and I went to Chinatown, and they had an arcade cabinet of that game, and I played it for like 2 hours straight. Yeah, it was fun. Anyway,
Yes, they're still in the States, Dave and Buster's, and Legion says I need to hit a Dave and Buster's. We have
There's a Dave and Buster's
yeah.
here in Canada too.
CI Pizza's buffet here that has a TMNT arcade game in it. There you go.
Yeah,
it's a good game.
I'm getting sidetracked. I'm sorry. So let's talk about more comics. This is
Arcade
Fantastic
games
Four.
and comics all go together.
Yeah, this is a Fantastic Four 265. This is the first time She-Hulk joins the Fantastic Four, and it's in a newsstand. That's
Nice.
wrong side. Newsstand. Nice book. That's a big
Nice.
personal book. This book, I didn't realize how expensive it was when I got it. I learned it after the fact. So this is Batman 497. This
Oh,
book-
that's classic.
Breaking of the
On it-
Bat.
On
It's a
its own,
classic
like
cover.
the regular,
It's like a classic book.
like the first print of this book. This is the third printing newsstand edition. The first print of this book.
The later printings are harder to find.
Yeah. This book at a 9.8, which this book could very well get. It's very nice looking. Is like a $400 book.
Wow.
I did not know that when I bought it. I thought it was the regular print that's like worth $5, and I bought it for $2. And then later, like a month later, I found out that like, oh, it's actually super expensive.
So it's more
Okay.
expensive than the first to print.
It's
Yeah,
very
a bunch of those DC books are way more expensive, like the Death of Superman books. If you
Oh,
get
yeah.
the third and fourth printing, what's the one with Supergirl on the cover? Is it
That
the
one,
Action Comics?
yeah,
That's
the
a
sixth
really scary
printing
one.
Action Comics with Supergirl. You find that book, you're in like thousands of dollars. No joke.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I never liked I never liked reprints. I'm sort of like weird that way. I don't.
You,
And
you
then
gotta watch
the
out some of those
DC
reprints.
the
They're out
DC
there.
Universe logo ones too. Those are
Yeah.
the ones that came in those are reprints that came in the packs from Toys R Us and whatnot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
those
Oh,
are
yeah.
worth
Those
a
go
whole
for
lot
big
as
money
well.
too.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. So Big Me, I'm pretty sure I've already showed you this one before, like on one of my channel. But this is Green Hornet #1 from Gold Key.
Oh, nice.
It's 1966, I think. This is
Oh,
the first
yeah, we were
Silver
talking
Age
about that.
appearance. Yeah. This is the first Silver Age appearance of Green Hornet. Also, the first appearance of Bruce Lee in comics.
Yep.
First PST cover.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
This book is beat. It is very beat. It's like a 1.8, but I love it.
Yeah, it's a cool comic. That's a great.
You got it. You got it for a steal, didn't you?
$13. Yeah.
That's a steal. Yeah, it's probably worth about 20.
I'll save that one for later because that's kind of big. Okay, so this is the Inhumans one, #1. I was talking about. I think by itself, this is like a pretty notable book. I mean, I've seen this book go for like $20. I feel like, but this is signed by
It's a
George.
clean looking copy too. Looks pretty clean.
Yeah, it's very good. It's like a 9.0, 9.2 ish. Signed by George Perez, which is kind of a big deal now since
cool.
he's sadly no longer with us. But this is a way to remember him by. It's an awesome book. Also gifted to me by that guy, 100% free. Did not pay for that book. This book was
Paul,
the first
right?
ever. Huh?
Tall Paul.
Yes, Tall Ball Comics.
Oh, yeah.
This was the first ever like big book I spent on with my own money. So like before, and pretty much for a lot of the books I have, my mom was kind of the supplier because she also enjoyed doing this with me too. But this one was like one of the first books I got that was like super big, and like she didn't pay at all. I got it. So this is Miss Marvel 1. This is the first appearance of Miss Marvel. I guess his first appearance of. Hey, Mon Comics, what's up, man?
Hey, Mon.
Yeah, we're talking about this is the first appearance of Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel. I got this for like $75 at the time. I don't know if that's a good price now, but yeah, it's clean, but yeah, it's definitely not perfect, but it's clean.
Fine Nostalgia Podcast.
This one is I have this one in my one and only top loader because I like it so much. It's Sensational Shield 1, 9.8 looking book, newsstand. This is like a $50-$60 book. I got it for $2. This is a beautiful book. I love this book to death.
Have you ever considered submitting your books to CGC or?
I have, but then I realized how expensive it is just for one book.
Yeah,
he has a picture posted was it on IG or was it on YouTube where you have a picture of your face?
It was
it's his astonished face saying, "I just realized how much it costs to submit books to CGC."
Yeah, it is a bit of a ripoff.
So this is the last one here, and this is the big boy book. This is worth $7 billion. This is Flaming Carrot Man 24.
Oh, nice.
Flaming Carrot is awesome.
Yeah, I think it's like a $2 book, but my mom loves this book to death. So yeah,
but
the
first appearance of Flaming Carrot goes for about 2,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Flaming Carrot.
He's another one of those underground characters that has a following.
Popular. Yeah, very popular.
Yeah.
It's a hard book to get too. It's like.
That's crazy. Is that your mom just say for real? Your mom just screamed for real?
Yeah. Did you hear that?
I did.
Yeah, she was like, you see, because I always make fun of her for that book. Like, why do you like Flaming Carrot Man?
There's a couple of cool issues in Flaming Carrot, by the way. There's early Todd McFarlane work on the Turtles in it. And then there's
somebody just said, Legion just said, isn't there early TMNT stuff in Flaming Carrot?
Yep. And there's also the first appearance of the Mystery Men in Flaming Carrot. So yeah, a bunch of cool stuff.
Mon says Alan is here too. It's been a rough couple days for this guy, but the kiddos are feeling better, and this stream is putting a smile on my face. So thank you.
Okay, cool.
Thank you for coming by, Mon Comics. Mon Comics is one of those people that are like always watching my videos and always throwing nice words my way. So it's very
Brandon, I sent you an invite if you decide you want to jump in. You're welcome to jump in.
I'll just go ahead and get all these books. Yeah. I always get so scared because on this wall behind me, it's kind of hard to see, but I got like a little wall right there. I get scared putting books there because there's like this ever so slight little crack in between the wall and the little
and
tile that I have it in.
Fall?
Yeah, and I always get so scared like something's gonna fall. And things have fallen before. Thankfully, nothing has been damaged, but things have fallen.
I just saw something scary in this room, by the way.
What'd you see?
I saw a silverfish.
Hey, those are no good.
Yeah, they eat comics.
Yeah,
They do.
Those are no good.
Anyone know how to get rid of silverfish?
You need to call an exterminator. Yeah, they're usually the thing that causes those though is usually moisture. They come in, they're attracted to moisture.
It could be the fact that right now this room is super hot and humid.
There's just that much sweat coming from you.
It's you, Alan. You're dripping sweat and attracting the silverfish. Mon says he's okay, heading to bed. Appreciate the invite. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. I just wanted to put it out there, man.
Yeah, what time is it?
Got no sleep last night. You fine, folks. Take care. Well, I hope everything gets better for you, buddy.
Yeah, well,
you do have a package on its way to you, so that'll make things better. There's that clap, the infamous Obito clap.
you know, it's funny. Mr. Akins over at What's on the Comic Rack, when he was doing the community tag video, he like did everyone's intros and he did my clap. And I was like,
he went out and stood in the trees and did mine where he's like pointing at me. I still need to do a response to that video.
That's funny.
He stood in the trees. He's like, and I want to. Well, he called me the OG of shout out videos. I'm like, dude, I haven't been around long enough to be the OG of shout out videos.
Speaking of that, I should have another shout out video, hopefully up by like next week, next Monday, next Wednesday, something like that.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Man.
Yeah.
How often do you
buddy
put out videos?
I try to do it. I'm a little lazy, not gonna lie. I try to do it at least twice a week. So like every Monday, every Friday, or like every Tuesday, every Saturday. That's like my main goal. But you know, sometimes I'll do 3 a week. You know, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something like that.
I have to record tomorrow's video on my for my channel.
You still have that ahead of you tonight, huh?
It's actually
for me. It takes very little time to actually like make videos because like what I do is I set up my little tripod here, and I don't have a script. I just freeball it. I just freeball everything and just start talking. And I'll cut out whatever sounds bad. And then my little editing program that I use, very, very good, by the way, but I don't know if it's on computer, but I use it on my phone. Yeah, it takes like 20 minutes to like process the whole video and get it kind of ready to upload. The longest part is uploading because it'll take like an hour, 2 hours to actually upload something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it doesn't take too long for me to do my videos. It's just I get lazy and I forget.
Yeah. I mean, I find the big thing is editing. That's what usually takes the longest. But I don't edit my videos anymore, so except for my Sunday ones.
Your Sunday one is awesome, man. You're kicking yourself every time you see those ones that were the steal of the week, though. You're like, where was I when that happened?
I missed out on something pretty awesome.
Although some of your steal of the weeks have been like big books. Like
$1 million steal of the week, you know.
Yeah. I mean, but it was like half the price of what it was before, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a big steal.
Yeah.
I don't think that record will ever be beaten.
Yeah. My dream is to get to that level, kind of to where you're at, Alan, to where I could just be like, yeah, I got the first appearance of Wonder Woman, you know, no big deal. And just kind of like have those like really cool books. Like at the moment, like my cooler books are like barely $100. So I eventually want to get to that point where I have like super cool books.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
you'll get there. You just got to build up to it. I mean,
yeah,
Oh,
and again, it's like I don't know. Did you watch the video that I did? Shout out for Longbuck's Love Affair. His
I
whole
did.
thing is like having the hobby fund itself, and he just
yeah,
goes around and finds great deals on books, and then flips those books and turns them into more, and then puts that money in savings. And he just got an Amazing Fantasy 15 not too long ago. So I mean,
yeah. That's huge. I
See, the
mean,
thing is, for me with that is I don't like selling books just because I like all my books. You know, I love and adore and appreciate every single book I have. So if I were to let one go, it would, even if it
but
was
if
some
you
random stuff like flaming
but if
that's
you
carrots.
had like
yeah, me
four, if
too.
you had like four copies of the same book, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you
well,
wouldn't
yeah.
care.
If I have multiple, I'm not saying the only thing, this is actually a good segue. The only thing I would consider selling are like my more modern books because I'm not really into the modern. I like the old stuff. And just recently,
What did the
I'm
mom
not.
say?
I wouldn't. Mom had to tell me I'm not selling the flaming carrot. Anyway, I recently on Whatnot, I won like a giveaway of like 15, 16 new books, like new releases, stuff like this homage cover, Spider-Man #1 variant, stuff like that.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
honestly, like these are cool, and I'm sure a lot of other people would find joy from these. I don't. I like the older stuff, like the Star Wars stuff. I know there's a big Star Wars market. I could not care for Star Wars, man. That's just me though.
Mhm.
I know people love it. Like this Howl's Eve cover. Like
that's a
Mhm.
cool
I would
cover.
sell this stuff. Yeah. Like this was the Stray Dogs limited to 400 copies.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I was thinking about just mailing this to Mon Comics, this Predator 1 variant.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
He's still
And
on.
he's
He's
really
watching.
into. He likes
He's
Predator.
talking to you in the chat here. He says it's not always
Huh?
about the value. We can tell you to collect what you love and keep being positive like you are, and good things will come your way.
Hmm.
Yeah, I try to be as positive as I can be. But
You are an incredibly positive young man.
yeah. And there's a couple things like I'd keep this one. I like this cover. And but most
Alan
of
would
this stuff
approve of that.
I would be
What?
willing to
I said you would
huh?
approve of that. It was a lady on the cover. He said, "I'll
Oh
hang on to
yes,
that one."
I like the Catwoman one. Yes.
Oh yeah, and I got like Punchline, there's a couple Spider Gwens. This one there's probably a market for that one right there. Mary
Oh yeah,
Jane.
that's really nice.
Oh yeah. Here's I'm not really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at all, but nice Shredder cover. Yeah, all this stuff was free and like
So wait, how did you
I
get these
appreciate
for free? Like somebody gifted them to you or A-okay'd?
so on Whatnot, a lot of people just do giveaways sometimes, and there's this one channel that happened to be doing like a big giveaway, and there was like 400 people in it, and I just so happened to win, and I got all
Oh,
these books
nice.
for free. Yeah,
Wow.
they're literally sitting just like on my shelf right now because I don't have another I don't have another short box, so I need to get another one. So I just have like kind of comics just laying places. So yeah.
Alan, did I
I don't
tell
know
you the
when to do
story
it.
about Spider-Verse #2 when I got that? I just randomly woke up one morning and I was like, I should check it. I want to, I really like that Spider-Gwen character, and it was after first Into the Spider-Verse, but well
Mhm.
before the new one came out. And I hopped on eBay, and the guy had the first 6 printings of Edge of Spider-Verse #2 for I believe $750.
Wow.
And
Mm.
so I picked all of those up and then traded to Travis. Travis actually was the one, because I don't do a lot of eBay, so I actually just sent Travis money and had him pick them up. But then he wanted all the later printings. I kept a few of them, but traded the later printings of them to him for basically what I paid for the lot. So
Okay,
I
so
have
you
the
got the
first
first print for
printing.
free.
Yeah, I got the first and the second, and I think the 4th printing, which has her design variant.
Oh, okay.
And I kept those ones. So, but yeah, and I was like, okay,
Yeah, why not, right?
right?
Speaking of that book, but Edge of Spider-Verse 2, I was, after watching the movie, that's a book I kind of like really, really wanted.
Mhm.
Obviously, that book, like first printing, is really expensive. But I really want the 4th printing specifically because I think it looked kind of better with the pink and purple at the bottom. I think it looks a little better. and that book is like
Okay, so
like a tenth of the price.
the third
Oh, nice.
printing is the one that has the design variant.
Oh,
Are
okay.
you sure? I'm pretty sure it's the fourth printing.
Is
But
this the fourth
it,
printing of the design variant? Okay.
yeah, I'm
It
pretty
has
sure it's
Because
the
I don't
picture
of
get
her
into these
costume.
multi-printings. I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no. So the fourth printing, it looks exactly like the regular one, but the bottom, the like little houses that are usually all white, those are now pink.
Gotcha.
So
No,
that's
so
how
the
you can
third
tell.
printing is a picture of her costume from all different angles. Like
Okay.
the
Yeah, it's like the
design
design
variant.
variant. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe it's the third printing. I don't know. But
No, you're right. You have the fourth printing is the one you want, but the third printing
okay.
is the one that I
Okay.
was talking about earlier, the
Yeah,
design variant.
the fourth printing. That one's like a tenth of the price, and I'm thinking there's so much stuff in my eBay cart, and like every day I want a different book from there. So I have like hundreds of slabs in that cart where I'm like, oh, maybe I'll get a Green Lantern 48 today. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want to get a Plastic Man #1. Oh, maybe I want to get a Golden Age Superman. I can never just like set my heart aside like this is what I want and I'm going to get it.
Hmm.
It's hard. You gotta, yeah. There's a book that I would suggest trying to pick up. There's a Punisher issue where he finds the War Machine armor.
Oh, okay.
And they are super low print run. Trying to figure out where's the issue that is. I think it is 218 maybe. The second printing of it is I think it's 218. The second printing of it has a print run of less than 1,200 copies.
Wow.
When you think of a Marvel book having less than, there's 218 and 219 both have print runs of less than 2,000 copies, like just over 1,000 copies.
That's really low.
Yeah, and they're Tim Bradstreet variant covers. And rumor has it that when they bring the Punisher into the MCU, they're going to have him in the War Machine armor. So he's wearing the War Machine armor, but he's spray painted the
with the thing, yeah, the
Punisher logo on the front of it. Yeah. So.
I've seen that book.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it at a 9.8 a few times, and I've seen recently that the 9.8 is coming down to around the $150 marker. I'm like, that's insane. But
I just picked up a book that I thought was an insane price, by the way.
Yeah.
I picked up Fantastic Four number 72.
Okay.
Do you know it's like the classic Silver Surfer cover?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I picked up, it's 5.5. I was bidding on a 6.5 and it sold for almost $200. So I was like, oh crap. So I lost on that bid. Okay. But then I was like, okay, I'll see what else, see if I can pick it up. Picked up the 5.5 for $90.
Wow.
And usually they sell for 150.
Yeah, that's a snag.
Crazy. It was. I was like, oh, sure, why not? So I was glad that I lost the auction. I was like,
so it works out that way. Sometimes it's like some of those other books you showed us where you're like, oh well, that with that Police Comics #1,
Yeah, I got a really good deal because I lost on the original thing.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
So it's sometimes it's just good to be patient. Good to be patient.
That's for sure. That's good advice. Listen, young Obito.
Yeah, that's very good advice. There's this one book that like I really, really, really want, but I can never just find like a really good price for it. It's a Deadpool Secret Wars 2, first appearance of Gwenpool.
Is it the one where she's in the swimming pool?
Yeah.
I have that.
I know. Oh, do you? Well, yeah. If you don't know, this is a kind of like a really, really big goal of mine. I want to eventually have the best Gwenpool collection in the world. That's like a really big goal of mine in the world.
His kind of his moniker, like Vampirella is kind of the Like
Yeah,
the character for your channel. Gwenpool is the character for his channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? I didn't
Yeah.
know. Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah, I love Gwenpool to death. She's my favorite Marvel character.
I
And,
kind of like this new clone thing that they did with her, where they have like all the different variants of Gwen, like Gwen
Yeah.
Craven, Gwen Octopus, Doc Ock, like. Did you see that? It just came out. I think they're in issue 4 now, I believe.
Yeah, I did see that.
All the different multiverse of Gwen characters.
Yeah.
The Gwenumverse,
cool.
I think they're calling it.
The Gwenverse, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I thought she was such an awesome. She's an awesome character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love her.
No.
I have a whole bunch of raw books of her just lying around, but I
Are you ever
eventually.
gonna try to get her first appearance, like as the character herself, like
Yeah. That one's very inexpensive. I think it's like $100 book. So I'm definitely that's definitely one on my list. But the as a starting one, I definitely want to get that one. But I can never find it for like a good price. It's always just a little bit out of my budget range, and yeah, I'm hoping one day to get it for like
more
that
than
one.
$100. I think it's
I think
more like
Alan was talking about the
$300.
original ASM issue with first appearance of Gwen Stacy.
That's what
Oh
I mean.
no,
Yeah.
I'm talking about Gwenpool.
Oh, Gwenpool. Okay. I was like,
Yeah, he was asking if
I'm
you were gonna
thinking
get
$100. That'd be really great if you can get.
He was asking
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you were going to go after the Gwen Stacy first appearance.
Because I had the Gwen Stacy first appearance. Yeah. as well.
Okay.
I also have a Gwen Stacy first appearance.
I
Lucky y'all.
didn't pay that much for it either. I think I paid like $200 for it at the time, and then it's like a $400 or $500 book.
I got mine in a collection of books that I acquired from a friend of mine. It was just like he's like, hey, you're around long enough and you have friends that collect comic books, Obito. Eventually they'll get married and they
Give you their comics.
They're like, hey, I gotta buy diapers or
Funny story. There was a guy at my school who I was friends with, and he knew I was really into comics, and he said like, oh yeah, I got like a whole bunch of Batmans from the 40s just sitting in my basement.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, please let me see those, please. And he never did. I gave him my number and I was like, dude, if you're ever trying to sell, like, please, like, come reach out. And he never did. So there could have been like a Batman 1 in there, and I would never know. I would never know.
I've got a guy who has an X-Men #4 that I work with on a pretty regular basis, and he told me he just wants to get rid of it. But he's always, whenever he has time off, him and his family are going to the beach or to somewhere else. And so it's like, all right, I've got money set aside to buy that from you when you decide you want to get rid of it. He said he picked it up for $100. He picked up for $100 like 25 years ago.
Oh wow!
So
I like that book. First Scarlet Witch and First Quicksilver.
yeah.
Is that also First Brotherhood of Mutants?
Yes, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Yeah.
Of Evil Mutants. Yeah.
You know, that never made sense to me. Why would you call yourself the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? No one actually thinks of their group as the bad guy.
Usually they think of themselves as the good people.
Right.
In DC, they have the same thing, though. They have, like, the Justice League, but they also have the opposite, which is the Injustice League.
Right.
And then there's whatchamacallit, the Legion of Doom and the Crime Syndicate,
Yeah.
So later on in X-Men, in the Days of Future Past issues, actually, they changed their name to the Brotherhood of Mutants. So they took the evil out. Yeah. When the students took over. Yeah. So
they got a little smarter with it.
It's funny.
They don't think of themselves as evil. They think of themselves as freedom fighters fighting for mutants.
Yeah.
There's actually a real life story of the opposite of that. Like, do you know Google? You've heard of Google, right?
Yes.
Their slogan used to be, "Do no evil." Like, we will, don't be evil. Don't be evil was their slogan. Don't be evil. Okay.
Right.
They dropped that slogan.
So now it's just like they don't care.
Let's
Do whatever.
just be evil.
Do what thou willst.
Yeah, let's just be evil. No more.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's
evil's all right. We lost Obito. He must have had to do something.
So yeah.
Man down.
We should wrap up soon, by the way, or at least I can go. You guys can stay on, but
No, we should probably. I should let you guys all have your evening. It's been great hanging out. We're
I
pushing
still have
almost
to
3
record
hours
the
of
videos. The
streaming.
problem I have.
Yeah, you know what? I need to get some short videos put together for. I think I'm on my last short video, but I don't want to turn off the stream while Obito's like off camera doing something.
Mm.
We'll hang out till Obito comes back.
I'm really scared about the silverfish, by the way. I just saw one. I killed it. I murdered
Yeah,
it.
that's not a good thing. I would definitely get a exterminator in there to take a look.
But I don't know. Can they get rid of silverfish? Like,
Yeah, they can. They can.
but they would have to like fumigate the room or something.
I don't know what they've got to do, but or you might look into it. There might be like some sort of trap or something you can put up. I don't know, but
I'll have to look it up. How do you get rid of
look it up.
they're
Legion says, thanks for the show, guys. Been listening while I'm reading the Transformers from 1984. It's really good. Nice.
Mm.
So,
Hey,
Obito, we're
guys.
gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Is what we were talking about while you were.
That's good. I was literally about to say I gotta go, so that's perfect.
Yeah, no problem. Well, thanks for hanging out, and thank you to
Absolutely.
everybody who's been watching. Thanks for coming on, Alan, and appreciate all you guys. And I'll say my catchphrase: share your love of comics with everyone you meet. You never know where it will lead you. So,
Nice.
there you go.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will hit end, and if any of you guys want to hang out, we can hang out afterwards for a minute.
Sure. So, oh, we're still live. Okay.
It's ending.